Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. Cause she ain't FBA. Don't save her. Cause she don't want to be saved. That's why we vote on the couch when it come election day. Certified. What's going on? Let's go to work. One love to the whole family tree family. Let me tell you like this. Democratic shields, short. Democratic shields, broken. Plantation, over with. Foundational Black Americans, winning. They running around here trying to give us this plan for black men's when really it's just an all lives matter plan. They running around here trying to get Charlemagne the fraud and Roland Martin and all the shields to come save Kamala, but it ain't gonna work, y'all. We said it in the beginning, we'll say it again. This is Foundational Black Americans. The Democratic Plantation is a wrap, and we here to go to work. We're gonna break down everything today about this fake plan, and then we're gonna give some spoilers, and that is, come election day, it's a wrap. Certified salute, fam. Let's go. I want the whole damn world to hear this, and that is that Foundational Black Americans, we didn't just build America, we created America. We're made in America.
That's right.
We're born in America and raised in America. We're from America, so we love America, and they not like us, because we run America. Certified salute. There they go. Who run it? We do. Black Alpha Network, Certified Black Society. We are in here. Oh, we deep as hell. Almost 300 people from the start. Y'all must be ready to cook. FBA, y'all ready to go in? Are you ready to go ahead and put them receipts on the table, family? Are you ready to go in and stake our claim and let the whole world know that we ain't saving Kamala? All right, not the collard greens, not the converts, none of that. Democratic Plantation, no. You really think they're going to bring in Charlemagne and Roland Martin and she going to go on a black man blitz? Nah. Certified salute to all my foundational Black American sisters. Certified salute to all my foundational Black American men, because we've been together as one. And as one, we told them that we not voting for Kamala. We told them the Democratic Plantation was over. And family, we going to cook today. It feels so goddamn good to be back where we belong. Let's go. And we belong right here, y'all. Let's get the roll call before we proceed. Let me let the whole world know right now that we in the building and we are here to stay. And all we do is win, man. Can't wait. Brother EJ, let's go. We gonna stomp, brother. Yes, indeed. Let's go. It feel good, y'all. It feel good, family, when you win by a knockout. We don't even go to the scorecard. No, we don't do that. No, all we do is win. All we do is win. Certified salute. I see Phillies in the building. You know it ain't a party until Philly in here. East Coast, you know. Down South, you know. West Coast, you know. Midwest, you know we in here all the way live, man. What's going on? Shout out to LA, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my people out there, y'all. I feel good, man. I love y'all with a passion. It's good to see y'all again, man. This is the best thing in the whole world, family. Best day in the world is any day that you're with your brothers and sisters, and I'm with mine right now. So I appreciate the love. I appreciate the respect, y'all. Kamala Harris, right now, going on a media blitz, okay? She's going on a media blitz right now trying to win back black men. Guess what? You never had them. You never had them. How you going to win back something you never had? You know why you never had black men vote? Because you ain't one of us. All right. And guess what? My sisters don't rock with you neither. So we're going to break down this fake plan that she's put out, in the interview with her and Charlemagne just dropped. And we're going to go ahead and play it for y'all. And I want everybody to hear. Fam, I just heard a clip of it and it is crazy. All right. They already asked her about reparations. And guess what she said? She said she supports another study. It is 7:13 on the East Coast. This just dropped at 5. To all my brothers and sisters in Detroit, it was out there in Detroit. They didn't really show her. So it's just audio because, you know, they're trying to hide her. Family, they're in shambles. It's over, family. We are about 21 days away. This time next week, we're going to be in the teens. A week after that, it's going to be single digits. And now it's time to go. This is it, family. Everything that we work for, everything that we build for, and it's happening. So she's on this media blitz, family. She went to the shade room, hell to the no, okay? She went to go see Roland Martin. She got a 30-minute interview with Roland, and she was G-checking him. And by the way, Roland Martin, we got some exclusives on him. You remember how we caught him in a scam before, when he was trying to scam folks for their money and stuff? Okay, family, we got a whole nother one of Roland Martin. So he's on the front screen. We're gonna go ahead and regulate on him today. Family, everybody's getting regulated because that's what we want to do. So I'm gonna go ahead right now. We're gonna get straight to the work, y'all. We almost got 400 people in here in less than 5 minutes. That must be a record, y'all. Yes, a study. I promise y'all, no lie. She said a study, and then guess what else she did, y'all? She went back and she said, "Oh, I know we never got our 40 acres in a mule." Wait a minute. You just told us it was 20 acres in a mule a few weeks ago. Y'all see how they got her handlers out there and they writing it for her? They know that we've been on that bumper. That's really what it is. They know that we've been on that bumper, calling all of them out. So now they're sending her out to, run back the game. And there's dissension going on right now. There's so many things happening in this country politically. But what has been the story for the last month, especially the last week? It's been about Black people leaving the plantation. And I'm going to show all my brothers and sisters how we've been leaving the plantation. And I'm going to show all my brothers and sisters how we've been standing on certified business, man. So let's go to work. Kamala Harris, how you feel about reparations, family? We are going to put that all on the line. I want y'all to have a great time, man. Tap in. If you guys use some food, y'all go ahead and heat that on up. You know what I'm saying? Get you a drink. You rocking with the Black Alpha Network. You know it's always a good time when you come rock with me, y'all, because I love y'all. That's what it is. I'm about to play a clip of her. This is exclusive. This just dropped right now, family, because they have been on this media blitz, and we are going to expose this media blitz. Yes, we are, family. You're going to all of these people trying to get some type of love from foundational Black Americans, but FBA, we don't love you. Never have, never will. So let's go ahead and show the world what it is, y'all. This right here is Kamala Harris. And she is trying to tell us about reparations. The question came up. Shout out to the brothers and sisters out there in Detroit. All right. What up, though? Our brothers and sisters in Detroit been putting out a real bunch of energy, and they've been stomping hard for reparations. The question comes up to Kamala Harris. How do you feel about reparations? That's the question that was asked to Kamala. So we're going to play how she said it. And I want y'all to let me know how you feel about the answer. We all here. We're going to break it down, and I'm going to let the family cook. This is it. Let's go. Evaluation of the lack of resources and current living conditions in Black communities nationwide. Before we go there, whoa, freeze. Hold up. Wait 1 minute. That is her plan right there. That is the other version of her plan, and that is us right there exposing her plan. And this is fair use, fair use, fair use. This is about teaching, scholarship, research, and commentary. Fair use enacted. Let's go to work, y'all. My question to you is, what's your stance on reparations? We all know that America became great, off the backs of free Black labor. How progressive are you on making it a priority and righting America's wrongs? It's understood that you are running for president for all people of America. Asking for specifics for Black communities doesn't mean don't do for others, but Black Americans are heavily asked to vote Democrat in every election for over half a century, with very little in return. What are your plans to address these very important issues and change that narrative?
Thank you, Zeke. I appreciate that. Thank you. And thank you for your work. So to your point, yes, I am running to be a president for all Americans. That being said, I do have clear eyes about the disparities that exist and the context in which they exist, meaning history, to your point. So my agenda, well, first of all, on the point of reparations, it has to be studied. There's no question about that. And I've been very clear about that position. In terms of my immediate plan, I will tell you a few of the following. One, as it relates to the economy, which is a lot of what you have addressed. Look, I grew up in the middle class. My mother, worked hard, raised me and my sister. And by the time I was in high school, she was able to afford our first home. I know what it means for an individual and a family to have home ownership. I also know, in the context of history, nobody got 40 acres and a mule. We have a history of a number of things, including redlining. Detroit knows it well. A history of, for example, something that still exists that I've worked on to address, which is racial bias in home appraisals. And we know home ownership is, Black families are 40% less likely to be homeowners than others. And that home ownership is one of the surest ways to build intergenerational wealth, right? Because when you own a home, that's when if your child says, Daddy, I want to go to college, you can say, sweetheart, don't have to take out a loan. I'll take some equity out of the house. Or if your child says, I want to start a small business, same point, right? So my plan includes making sure that for first-time home buyers, they have a $25,000 down payment assistance to just get their foot in the door, because we know folks will work hard, they'll save and pay that monthly mortgage. Second point is to bring down the cost of housing generally, because one of the issues is we have a housing supply shortage. And so that's about working with the private sector. In terms of our small businesses, which are part of the backbone of the economy. Hold up, freeze 1 second right there, y'all. Let's stop right there. And I'm going to get to the second half of that whole explanation or whatever the hell that was. Family, y'all let me know. What was that?
What was that? Did she go middle class? I see y'all in the chat. I see y'all. Did she go with the middle class thing, family? Did she automatically go into the, middle class? The same excuse that she gives everybody else. Absolutely. Blah, blah, blah. She says she supports a study. We've already seen a bunch of studies. She gets to babbling, rambling, and everything. I'm going to run that back. Family. We're going to break this down step for step all the way. Listen to what she says, family. Yes, she went back and she tried to correct the 40 acres and a mule. One more time. Let's run this back. Let's
that there should be an in-depth return. What are your plans to address these very important issues and change that narrative?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Zeke.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And thank you for your work. So to your point, yes, I am running to be a president for all Americans. That being said, I do have clear eyes about the disparities that exist and the context in which they exist, meaning
disparities that exist. Remember, she told us America was not a racist country. Let's not forget that. Now it's disparities. Okay, let's see what else.
History, to your point. So my agenda, well, first of all, on the point of reparations, it has to be studied. There's no question about that. And I've been very clear about that position. And, well, first of all, on the point of reparations, it has to be studied. There's no question about that. And I've been very clear about that position. It has to be studied. There's no question about that. And
it has to be studied. There's no question about that. Let me ask y'all in the chat, can I see some 100 emojis if y'all tired of reparations studies? Please let me know, family. We in here about 600 deep, family, in a few minutes. I need y'all to let me know if you're tired of reparations studies. And what happened the last time in California, her state, with Gavin Newsom, her homeboy, what happened when we studied reparations then? Did they give us reparations, or did the Democratic shields destroy the bill? Somebody let me know. I thought this was about Black men's up. I thought this was about the community. Oh, the 100s is speaking, Kamala. Okay, we got about 600 foundational Black Americans, and I'm seeing the chat lit up with 100s, which lets us know that you full of it, and we tired of it. And if you think you're going to tap dance around this one, it ain't happening. After she gives this right here, family, about the whole study, and we need another one, watch what she ends up saying again. She resorts back to the middle class thing.
And I've been very clear about that position. In terms of my immediate plan, I will tell you a few of the following. One, as it relates to the economy, which is a lot of what you have addressed. Look, I grew up in the middle class. My mother, worked hard, raised me and my sister. And by the time I was in high school, she was able to afford our first home.
Stop. No. I need to see y'all. Damn, the chat lit up. Wow. A question about reparations for foundational Black Americans. And she answered it about her Indian mother raising her and her Indian sister. Reparations for FBA, middle class, Indian mother, and the kids. Where in the hell do those go together? Did you just run us around the block, Kamala? Are you really trying to say no to reparations, Kamala? Are you really trying to dodge the question? Did you resort to the thing everybody's been making fun of you about middle class? You better go pull that on them. You can't come around here trying to pull that on us. She continues to babble, y'all. This is her modern stance on reparations. This is brand new. So don't let nobody tell you she feels any other way than this.
I know what it means for an individual and a family to have home ownership. I also know, in the context of history, nobody got 40 acres and a mule. We have a history of a number of things, including redlining. Detroit knows it well. A history of, for example, something that still exists that I've worked on to address, which is racial bias in home appraisals. And we know home ownership is, Black families are 40% less likely to be homeowners than others. And that home ownership is one of the surest ways to build intergenerational wealth, right? Because when you own a home, that's when if your child says, Daddy, I want to go to college, you can say, sweetheart, don't have to take out a loan. I'll take some equity out of the house. Or if your child says, I want to start a small business, same point, right?
Home ownership. When y'all know the same laws that she is instituting with home ownership, those laws are going to illegals, okay? Everyone knows that they have a bunch of clauses in the contracts that state when you are an illegal, you cannot ever wait in line. You go to the front of the line when you're an illegal. That's the way they've been doing it. Family, she's capping, okay? All that stuff about first home buyers, I'm going to say this for all my brothers and sisters in here tonight. All that stuff about first home buyers, let me tell you what they say after that. After that, they say nobody in your family could have ever owned a home, which means that completely cancels out the majority of foundational Black Americans. That's an immigration policy. That's an immigration law. She's lying to us right there. Don't let them talk about that first-time home buyer. There are already programs for first-time home buyers. And first off, that same thing goes to W's. So they can't be specific to us. I thought that you were giving us a plan for black men. That's what you said. This right here is her plan. A plan for black men. How you talking about your Indian mama? How you talking about first home buyers? Home buyers means everybody, not black. And we know what you really mean when you say that. You really mean immigrants. Those are the caveats that they put in the laws.
So my plan includes making sure that for first-time home buyers, they have no, in the context of history, nobody got 40 acres and a mule. We have a history of a number of things, including redlining. Detroit knows it well. A history of, for example, something that still exists that I've worked on to address, which is racial bias in home appraisals. And we know home ownership is, black families are 40% less likely to be homeowners than others. And that home ownership is one of the surest ways to build intergenerational wealth, right? Because when you own a home, that's when if your child says, Daddy, I want to go to college, you can say, sweetheart, don't have to take out a loan. I'll take some equity out of the house. Or if your child says, I want to start a small business, same point, right? So my plan includes making sure that for first-time home buyers, they have a $25,000 down payment assistance.
First-time home buyers, she means migrants.
Just get their foot in the door, because we know folks will work hard, they'll save and pay that monthly mortgage. Second point is to bring down the cost of housing generally, because one of the issues is we have a housing supply shortage. And so that's about working with the private sector. In terms of our small businesses, which are part of the...
Stop. She's babbling so much. It's hard to keep up with all the babbling. Let's slow it down. Let's frame what she just said. A study for reparations. Family, didn't dude ask the question about reparations? Didn't he literally just say about reparations? I believe the question was about reparations. How did she end up on first home buyers for everybody? That completely went over everybody's head. Nobody's understanding what she's talking about. That is what you call cap. That's what you call fronting right there. She went all the way around what was being talked about. She did that on purpose. And notice how she went in there and she said 20 acres and a mule, right? Notice that, family. She said 20 acres and a mule the first time. So she came back and she said 40 acres and a mule. You understand how she's trying to do it? The very first time she said 20 acres. Now she says 40 acres. It was the 1/8 drop rule. She didn't even say drop. She just said the 1/8 rule. Okay. So she messed up 1/8 and 1 drop. She messed up 20 acres and 40 acres. Now she's doing it. She done had somebody come to her and say, it's 40 acres, Kamala. And she said, oh, is it? And then she went back and she redid it. All right. This lets you know they watching us, family. This lets you know they watching us. This is what they doing. Let's proceed. We're going to get to it. We're going to continue breaking this down. That was just the beginning of the reparations part. We got that. We're going to break down the Roland Martin interview. We're going to break down everything about this fake policy. We're going to go down and step for step, and we're going to show that black Americans, that's the men and women, are not voting for her. And we're also going to show all this talk about black American men not voting for Kamala Harris when the poll numbers are showing black American women are not voting for Kamala Harris. So if the brothers, Obama, yeah, the real brothers, not you, and the sisters are both not voting, then you can go ahead and cancel election day. Let's continue to give everybody what they need, y'all. We are here. This is the first breakdown of this horrible interview. And it's showing you even further why we are not rocking with Kamala or the Democratic plantation. Fair use, and acted. This is about teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use. Let's go, y'all. This was the interview. Watch the way she goes through all the semantics.
So we just need to get to it.
And frisk policy, for which he has said, if a petition, some people say that if until someone has heard the same thing at least 3 times, it just doesn't stay with you. So repetition is important. And for that reason, yes, at my rallies, I say the same thing when I go to Detroit as I do in Philly, as I do wherever I am, to make sure that people hear and receive what I think are some of the most critical issues that are at stake in this election.
There has to be a high level of anxiety, too, when you have these conversations, though, because you are running for president.
I mean, you know what? There is certainly a lot of, I feel the weight of the moment and my role. I feel an extraordinary weight of responsibility right now to do everything I can. I'm telling you, Charlamagne, when I go to bed at night, I almost every night, in addition to my prayers, will ask, have I done everything I could do today? This is a margin of error race. It's tight. I'm going to win. But it's tight. And, what is at stake is truly profound.
She said she gonna win, y'all. She's not gonna win, okay? She's in Detroit. So now in Detroit, y'all, it's gonna win. She said she gonna win, okay? It's in her prayers that she gonna win.
And I'm telling you, Charlamagne, when I go to bed at night, I almost every night, in addition to my prayers, will ask, have I done everything I could do today? This is a margin of error race. It's tight. I'm going to win. But it's tight. And, what is at stake is truly profound and almost and historic, many would say. And it's about, some people would say this lofty notion of supporting and preserving our democracy.
Mm-hmm.
But it is about real issues that affect people every day, like whether we're going to maintain a $35 cap on insulin for our seniors, whether we're going to continue to allow Medicare to negotiate drug prices to bring them down, whether we are going to have, as my opponent would have, a formalized stop and frisk policy, for which he has said if a police department does not do it, they should be defunded or not. There is so much at stake. Whether America is going to stand on its principles around the important.
Freeze. I thought she ran on defund the police. You notice how she just said that Donald Trump says that he's going to defund the police? Everybody's been giving her smoke because in 2020, she was running on defund the police because they were using Breonna Taylor and George Floyd to get in office. Listen to the talk, family. Listen to what she's saying. First off, I'm gone wins because I'm in Detroit, okay? She don't talk like that when she around them W's. But now she's sitting here talking about, well, he gonna do stop and frisk. Let me guess, he's also gonna do police immunity. The same thing that Barack Obama did. Everything the Democrats say that Trump is gonna do, they already doing.
Of sovereignty and territorial integrity and stand with our allies around the world, or whether we're going to admire dictators and send during the height of COVID in the pandemic, COVID tests that nobody could get to the president of Russia for his personal use, who around those days will tell you I was the most progressive prosecutor in California on marijuana cases and would not send people to jail for simple possession of weed. And as vice president, have been a champion for bringing marijuana down on the schedule. So instead of it being ranked up there with heroin, we bring it down. And my pledge is as president, I will work on decriminalizing it because I know exactly how those laws have been used to disproportionately impact certain populations and specifically Black men.
Mm-hmm. Before we get into the talkback feature and take some questions from the
no, family, we're not gonna play that game. We're not gonna play that game right there, y'all. The legalization of recreational marijuana. I don't give a damn about marijuana. You see how they're making Black Americans synonymous with marijuana? Who in the world is out here saying they want marijuana reform? That is basically saying y'all's blacks, y'all need some type of reform when it comes to marijuanas because y'all smoke so much. Let's go ahead and please the blackies because they need to go ahead and be free from all the persecution that weed smokers get. Ain't nobody asked for that. Ain't nobody. You wouldn't go to no other community. Family, you notice this? You notice that marijuana laws, marijuana policies, marijuana legislation, that ain't in nobody else's agenda. How come marijuana is only in our agenda, y'all? And remember, she told us that she never locked anybody up in California over marijuana. So on one hand, she tells us, I never locked nobody up. I wasn't that type of prosecutor. And then the next minute, she said, oh, here's these marijuana laws for y'all. I don't give a damn. I want reparations. I want some tangibles. I want some resources. I'm not talking about all lives matter. I'm not talking about everybody matter. I ain't talking about joints and blunts. None of that. All right. I don't want a 52% discount on a bag of zigzags. We don't want none of that. The fact that you're trying to put marijuana on us is crazy. And it's funny because the woman who locked up Black men about marijuana is the same woman who's now trying to run on stopping locking folks up for marijuana. You can't make this up. But there's more. They're going to start taking questions from the audience, and that's where she's the worst at.
Audience, I do want to talk to you about the legalization of weed because you're saying you want to legalize it now. What steps did the Biden administration take to get closer to that reality?
So we had to work with the DEA, and there's a certain level of bureaucracy that exists in the federal government that slows things down, but essentially to bring down how weed is classified, how marijuana is classified, to make it classified as a lesser harm. Mm-hmm. And so that took some time. There's a whole process around that, but that's the work that we have done, in addition to work that we have done writ large on criminal justice reform.
Okay, let's take some calls. Let's not calls. Let's go to the talkback feature.
My question for Kamala is, why are we, and I say we because my tax dollars is sending the money, why are we sending money to other countries when we desperately need it in our own country for homeless, housing, resources, for whatever? That is my determining factor if I vote for Kamala or not.
Why are we sending money to other countries when we need it right here in America? Watch the sidestep, y'all. She dodges this one.
That's one of the reasons the America First rhetoric resonates, because nobody in America would complain about where money was going if American citizens' everyday needs were being met. So what do you say to that?
We can do it all, and we do. So first of all, I maintain very strongly America should never pull ourselves away from our responsibility as a world leader. And that is in the best interest of our national security and each one of us as Americans and our standing in the world. Obligation to American citizens, obviously, and people who are here to meet their everyday needs and challenges, which is why, for example, we have done the work in the last 4 years of bringing down the cost of prescription medication, whether it be $35 a month for seniors for insulin or $2,000 a year cap on prescription medication. What we have done that has been about putting $17 billion in our HBCUs. I am proud to be the first HBCU vice president of the United States. I intend to be the first HBCU president of the United States. Those resources are about sending them to centers of academic.
Stop. What HBCUs got to do with sending money overseas? Family, listen to what she just said. She brought up being an HBCU graduate when it came to sending money overseas. That literally has nothing to do with that.
To American citizens, obviously, and people who are here to meet their everyday needs and challenges, which is why, for example, we have done the work in the last 4 years of bringing down the cost of prescription medication, whether it be $35 a month for seniors for insulin or $2,000 a year cap on prescription medication. What we have done that has been about putting $17 billion in our HBCUs. I am proud to be the first HBCU vice president of the United States. I intend to be.
What does that got to do with anything?
The first HBCU president of the United States. Those resources are about sending them to centers of academic excellence that I know them to be. The work that I continue to do is about increasing access to capital for our small businesses. It is about increasing the opportunity for home ownership, knowing that Black people are 40% less likely to be homeowners in America. We have a history of legal and procedural obstacles to that home ownership, starting with the fact nobody got 40 acres and a mule to red.
Family, that's the other time she threw it in. Notice that's the second time. She's throwing in 40 acres and a mule over and over and in. Again, look at that. She brought it up in terms of reparations. She brought it up in terms of sending money out this country. This is all by design. This is all structured. She's doing this on purpose. She's not there to answer the questions, y'all. She's simply there so she can try to get some type of Black clout. She's clout chasing right here, y'all. 40 acres and a mule, 40 acres and a mule. Did I mention 40 acres and a mule? I know last week it was 22 acres and a mule, and it was 17 and a half. And a couple weeks before that, it was 2 acres and a horse. Now she's running around talking about 40 acres and a mule every chance she can get. Nice try. The clout chasing don't work.
Lining to issues that this Detroit area and people around the country know to be real. So part of my plan is that we're going to give people a $25,000 down payment assistance to get their foot in the door to buy a home for first-time home buyers. The work that I'm going to do to increase housing supply in America, knowing that that's one of the reasons that rents and housing prices are jacked up, and to work with the private sector, cut through the red tape, and work to build more housing, 3 million before the end of my first term. And I give these examples, and there are many more which I will offer. So, for example, the work that I will do to extend the child tax credit to $6,000 for young families during the first year of their child's life. Because as you and I both know, our families all have a natural desire to parent their children well, but not always the resources. So by expanding the child tax credit to the first year of child's life to $6,000, that gives that young family the ability to buy a car seat or a crib or.
Now she's talking about a car seat. She's talking about a damn car seat. Let me see the family again. She's talking about a car seat now. Okay, so what are you going to do in terms of sending money outside of this country? What are you going to do to stop that? Well, I'm going to go ahead and give you some money to buy a car seat. Okay, that's good. And by the way, how's she going to do all that with inflation? Okay, because there's something called inflation going on right now, right? And this inflation is massive right now, right? We understand that? Well, if you're doing all that and yet you have all this inflation going on, then it makes me wonder, how much is that car seat going to cost? Because the baby formula costs a lot now. Everything is quadruple what it usually is. How are you going to do that? She's dancing around it and she keeps throwing in 40 acres and a mule. That's what she's trying to do, y'all. She knows absolutely what she's up against, and she knows exactly what people are thinking. They're thinking, which is the truth, that she has no idea about what's really going on out here in the real world. And she's trying to run a game on the real Black Americans. That is not going to work, y'all. We are exposing this to the T. There ain't nothing she can do about this at all. And then, family, I want y'all to see. Let's get to the real. Then you're going to see immigration come up. All right. You know, she's going to dance around everything, but we want to see how you really feel about immigration. That's the real one. Okay. This is the real deal. We're going to go through this right here. I'm about to pull it up for y'all. Okay. Here we go. Let's look at this right here. She starts talking. Whoa. She starts talking about immigration and the whole borders are thing. And I'm going to show y'all why she's been fronting the whole damn time. Check this out right here. There they go. Check this out. Here we are. Watch this. This is where it gets pretty damn interesting if you ask me, y'all. This is where you could tell she starts getting a little stuck with the babble. She couldn't babble her way through it.
Why are you allowed him to call you the border czar when that's not even your, that wasn't your
I'm not
role?
giving him permission for that.
Oh, you're right. But I mean, you don't push back on it because that wasn't your role. But
fact checkers have made that clear. Look, if I responded to every name he called me, I wouldn't be focused on the things that actually help the American.
She said that she's not the border czar.
allowed him to call you the border czar when that's not even your, that wasn't
I'm
your
not
role.
giving him permission for that.
Oh, you're right. But I mean, you don't push back on it because that wasn't your role. But
Fact checkers have made that clear. Look, if I responded to every name he called me, I wouldn't be focused on the things that actually help the American people. And that's
Freeze. She's not the border czar, right? She says she's not the border czar. Okay, we're gonna find out if she's the border czar. Let's see what Joe Biden's got to say about her being the border czar. Are you the border czar?
I think she's handling, but I've asked her, the VP today, because she's the most qualified person to do it, to lead our efforts with Mexico and the Northern Triangle and the countries that help. We're going to need help in stemming the movement of so many folks stemming the migration to our southern border. But the vice president's agreed, among the multiple other things that happened in the meeting, and I appreciate it, agreed to lead our diplomatic effort and work with those nations to accept the returnees and enhance migration enforcement at their borders.
The vice president agreed to work on migration and enhance all the development at their borders. That right there is her being the border czar. So she can't come around and say that she's not the border czar because your president, your boss, homegirl, said that you are the border czar. You can't run from what you have already been deemed as. Nice try again. Question about Obama comes up. Let's get to the question about Obama, all right? Because you know she starts dancing. Look at this right here. Charlemagne asked her about Obama stepping on her toes. Yeah, that's the reason why you're even out here in the streets. That's the reason why you're even on this campaign. None of this campaign happens if Obama doesn't come out and diss black men and get dissed in the process. Fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use, family. Let's make this crystal clear. She is on a whole nother time, a whole nother level. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Check this out.
do you do you feel like President Obama stepped on your rollout? Because I know you've been working on this black male agenda for a long time, and you've been doing the outreach, with your was the opportunity economy tour and things like that. Yeah. But then he made the statements that he made last week, so everybody thinks this is a reaction to that.
Oh, no. I mean, you just have to, no, obviously not. I've been doing this for quite some time, including.
He made last week, so everybody thinks this is a reaction to that.
Oh, no. I mean, you just have to, no, obviously not. I've been doing this for quite some time, including before I was running for president.
You've been doing this for quite some time. Question simply, is this a response to Barack Obama getting roasted? And her answer, y'all, is no, not at all. This is just simply something I've been doing for a long time. You sure about that? Because if you're really sure about that, then I want to know why you didn't have no plan for anything black. And as soon as Obama comes out and says what he says, you come out with a plan 22 days left in the election. Seems like they are against the ropes and they're trying to counter everything that we're doing, y'all. That's what this is really about. Let's break down all that babble right there, family, before we proceed. When it came to reparations, she said she wants another study. When it came to reparations, she said she understands it because her Indian mother. Then when it came into sending money outside of this country, she said, I'm going to give y'all a baby seat. Then when it came to the actual border, she says, well, I'm not the border czar. I don't know why he said it. She didn't even answer immigration. She didn't even answer the question about immigration. She danced around that. So you have nothing. Black Americans, we've been out here talking about how she just babbles her way through everything. That's exactly what she did. This is her plan about 20 days away from the actual election. And this is her agenda for black men. She's going to all these black men places. This is her agenda. So we want to really see what's really said. Did anything on that list, family, match what she's been saying right to this right here? None of that equals out. None of that adds up. She is making literally no sense. She's dancing around every single question, and she has no responses. This is her plan. This is clearly her agenda, is to give us that family. Look at that right there. Is that not an all lives matter plan? Is that not all lives matter, y'all? That is all lives matter if you've ever seen it. She literally just gave black Americans an all lives matter plan, and she copy and pasted it, and she put black on it. Let's not play them games. Let's not play those games. You absolutely positively took something that you already had, and then you tried to spin it and you tried to turn it into a plan for black men. That is not a plan for black men, y'all. That is not a plan for black men at all. Okay. And then I got to ask this question. I thought y'all weren't supposed to do anything specific for people. Isn't it funny how they spent the last, 60 years telling us we can't do nothing specific for black folks? There's no way we could do something specific for y'all. And then next thing you know, what does she do, y'all? She comes out there with a plan for black men. Where's the plan for black women? You can't tell me this ain't about Obama when you literally just did that right there. This plan is a joke. That's an all lives matter plan. Look at it right here, y'all. Look at the way she phrased it. I want y'all to notice. This is clear as day, a plan that literally applies to every single American in this country. Look at this right here. Notice they put off top other. You see other real quick, right? Real quick. Soon as you see it, you see other. So that means everybody. So that means not us. Let me tell you, anytime it says other, that means everybody other than black Americans. Provide 1 million loans that are fully forgivable for 20,000 or 20,000 for black entrepreneurs and others to start business. You know, we always get crumbs whenever it says others, right? Anytime it says others, it ain't happening. Okay. Support education, training, mentorship programs that lead to good paying jobs for black men. What you mean lead? What do you mean lead to? Do you support something that leads to something? That is very vague. That could mean a billion different things. Anytime something's vague, y'all, remember, we end up not getting nothing from it. All right. Remember that right now. We get nothing from these vague ass things, family. So she says, lead to good paying jobs for black men, including pathways to become teachers. And then it flips and says, protect cryptocurrency investments so black men make them know that money is safe. What? It's a policy? I don't even understand how the hell that even came out. What? Support education, training, and mentorship. Check. And then it jumps to protect cryptocurrency investments so black men who make them know their money is safe. I've never seen a policy that says do this so you know. Do this so you think. Do this so you thought. How about you just make it happen? Okay. And this is nowhere high ranking in what black Americans want. There's not been one black American out there saying, oh, we don't want reparations. Go ahead and give us some jobs to make us think our money's safe with cryptocurrency or whatever the hell you just said. I've never seen a black American say, oh, yeah, we'll skip everything else. Just give us a whole bunch of game on how we can think that we're going to be better teachers. Never seen that, y'all. Launch a national health initiative focused on things that disproportionately impact black men. What about black women? Family, I got to go there. Kamala Harris will create an opportunity agenda for black men. I thought you couldn't do nothing specific for black people. This is what we got to call them out on. Whenever we want something, they say we can't do anything. Let's look at the last line. Legalize recreational marijuana to create opportunities for black Americans to succeed in the new industry. Black men are not synonymous with marijuana. Just take down the barriers, put up the stop black men from joining the industry. Absolutely. That was what people added to that right there. Now I want to talk about something real quick, family, and I'm going to bring it all the way back around, y'all. Okay. We want an anti-black American hate crime protection, right? We can't do nothing for black folks specifically. Okay. We want reparations. We can't do nothing for y'all specifically. Okay. We want resources and tangibles. We can't do nothing for you specifically. And then she turns out and gives us, what does she give us, y'all? In return for all of that, I can't do nothing for you specifically. Next thing you know, family, they come out of nowhere and they do what? They give you a specific agenda for black men. How are you giving us a specific agenda for black men when you told us you can't do nothing specifically? Specifically means you can't do anything for black folks. So somebody's lying up in here. So they've literally contradicted their own selves, y'all. They contradicted everything they say. We can't do nothing for black folks, but here's an agenda for black men. Let's be 110 up in here, y'all. If you really want to go there, they got specific. They can't do nothing for the race. Then they say they can't do nothing for the lineage. Then they say they can't do nothing for black men. They went over the lineage. They went over the race. They went over our women. Where's the agenda for black American women? Where's the agenda for that? Since we being specific now, isn't it funny that the Democrats all of a sudden, after Obama comes out and gets roasted, are dropping all of these black American men agendas? And then they're telling us, oh, that had nothing to do with Obama. We already had that agenda. Where was it? I didn't see it. It's only 20-something days away from the election, and out of nowhere, she got a black American man agenda, all right? Not a black American woman agenda, not a black American as a whole agenda, a black American specific agenda for men. But then they told us for the last 4 or 5 years, they can't do nothing specific. I want that same specificity that you have every single time you drop one of these when it comes to reparations. Now, you ask that same question. Where's our reparations specific bill? They're going to say, well, we can't do nothing specific. They're going to hop from specific to collective to specific. Call them out on that because it ain't real. It ain't real at all, y'all. They out here tap dancing away around everything. Ain't that what they always do? That's what they always do. So really, they've really now highly exposed themselves. I remember our brother Tariq made a good point. He talked about how out in California, when they destroyed that reparations bill, that was a good thing because now we publicly seen that the Democrats were doing what we already were suspicious about, the fact that they never really wanted reparations. So when they crippled that bill, that showed us that they really aren't working for us, and it highlighted. So they crashed out publicly. Now, since they gave us a specific bill for black men, not FBA, not goddamn all black Americans. Nope, they gave us a bill for black men. So you can get specific by gender. You can go into lineage and gender. Well, now you set the precedence that you can be specific. So all that stuff about we can't be specific has been exposed. Now we see that y'all are specific based, just like everybody else. Julio gets something specific, Yang, Child, Matumbo, they all get specifics. Now you can do something specific for us. Family, they just contradicted themselves. They just contradicted themselves right in front of everybody else. How do you have a political party that tells us we can't even get an anti-black American hate crime protection, but you can make a specific agenda for black males? Nah, that shows you already, fam. They was capping the whole time. Speaking of capping the whole time, y'all, look at this right here. They are a walking contradiction, y'all. This right here, an absolute walking contradiction, and we've been exposing it. This is her again talking about reparations, okay? Or excuse me, talking about illegals. Charlemagne says, aren't you responsible in your administration for the illegal immigration crisis? And I want y'all to hear her answer when it comes to the illegal immigration crisis. I want y'all to see what she says. Before we do, fair use, fair use, fair use. This is about teaching, scholarship, and research, fair use. Watch this right here, y'all. I'm going to show y'all the very, very fact that she absolutely runs that game and it gets exposed.
But doesn't the Biden administration
freeze frame? There you go. This is how she feels about immigration.
But doesn't the Biden administration have to take some blame for the border, though? A lot of the blame, because I mean, the first 3 years y'all did get a lot of things wrong with the border.
No, Charlemagne, within hours of being inaugurated, the first bill we passed before we did the Inflation Reduction Act, before we did the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act, before we did the Safer Communities Act to deal with gun violence, first thing we dropped was a bill to fix the broken immigration system.
But doesn't the Biden administration have to take some blame for the border, though? A lot of the blame, because I mean, the first 3 years y'all did get a lot of things wrong with the border.
No, Charlemagne, within hours of being inaugurated, the first bill we passed before we did the Inflation Reduction Act, before we did the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act, before we did the Safer Communities Act to deal with gun violence, first thing we dropped was a bill to fix the broken immigration system.
So she's literally right now saying that they failed. She says the first thing they did was drop the border bill. 3 years later, there's 22 million illegals. So that means that your border bill failed. That means you failed. That means that that was a failure of a policy. So you have to take responsibility because you're admitting that your bill didn't even work. Listen how this woman talks, y'all. She's sitting there snitching on herself. She's openly telling everybody, yeah, you know, we did a border bill. That was the very first thing that we did. Okay, then how come the borders are broken right now? If the borders are broken right now, that means your border bill did not work, which means you had a failed policy, which means you, Bordazar Harris, is a failure and you are responsible for what went on at the border. It's easy as that. She literally, family, is one of the worst unpolished politicians I've ever seen. I've seen people run for school student council and they are better than this woman. She literally thinks that she's flexing by saying that the first law she passed was a border bill. And then we look at this law and the damn law has allowed 22 million people to come into the country. By definition, that is a failure. By definition, you lost. By definition, you can't get it right. So this is further proof to show you, family, that she is out here saying whatever comes to mind, and she is out here basically lying to the whole American public. But wait, there's more. Let's continue to roll. Here we go. Check this one out right here, y'all. I'm going to show y'all this, and I'm going to let this one ride. This is her continuing to tell stories, and also it's her continuing to just cap about everything that's going on. I want y'all to notice, too, they were running this simultaneously on CNN and all these other news outlets. That lets you know how afraid they are of getting caught by foundational Black Americans and roasted like Obama did. That shows you, again, fair use, fair use, fair use.
I don't know that that's true. I think that what is true is that I am running to be president for everybody, but I'm clear-eyed about the history and the disparities that exist for specific communities, and I'm not going to shy away from that. It doesn't mean that my policies aren't going to benefit everybody, because they are. Everything I just talked about will benefit everybody. Small business owners, whatever their race, their age, their gender, their geographic location, are going to benefit from the fact that I'm going to extend tax deductions to $50,000. Every first-time homeowner, wherever they are, whatever their race, will benefit if they are a first-time home buyer with a $25,000 down payment assistance. Everyone is going to benefit from my plan.
How many times did she say everyone? How many times did she say everyone, family? The question is, what are you going to do specifically to Black people? Watch what she says. She says everyone. Everyone's going to get this. Everyone's going to get that. Everyone's going to get this as well. And that over there, everyone can have it. If everyone wants this, then I'm going to give it to everyone. This is not a Black agenda. This is not a Black male agenda. What it really is that Obama got roasted by all Black Americans, so she is in damage control. She is trying to go back with a mop and a dustpan and clean up the mess that Obama made. But guess what? It don't matter, because we was regulating you before this. Do not give us an all lives matter plan and copy and paste that and put Black men on it.
It doesn't mean that my policies aren't going to benefit everybody, because they are. Everything I just talked about will benefit everybody. Small business owners, whatever their race, their age, their gender, their geographic location, are going to benefit from the fact that I'm going to,
whatever their race, their age, or their gender, all lives matter.
Extend tax deductions to $50,000. Every first-time homeowner, wherever they are, whatever their race, will benefit if they are a first-time home buyer with a $25,000 down payment assistance. Everyone is going to benefit from my plan to extend the child tax credit to $6,000 for the first year of their child's life. That's going to benefit everybody. But I do realize, again, that on the issue of home ownership, for example, Black people are 40% less likely to own a home. So,
do you feel like President Obama stepped on your rollout? Because I know you've been working on this Black male agenda for a long time, and you've been doing the outreach, which was the opportunity economy tour and things like that. Yeah. But then you made the statements that he made last week, so everybody thinks this is a reaction to that.
Oh, no. I mean, you just have to, no, obviously not. I've been doing this for quite some time, including before I was running for president.
Let's talk about that.
Hi, I'm Bobby from Georgia, and I have a question for Kamala Harris. Could you please respond to Trump's claim that he's going to use the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 to round up immigrants if he wins the election? This law was last used to put Asian Americans in internment camps during World War II, and I have a sneaking suspicion that if Trump wins, he's going to use this law to put anyone that doesn't look right in camps, and I'm scared.
Yeah, so you've hit on a really important point and expressed it, I think, so well, which is he is achieving his intended effect to make you scared. He is running full-time on a campaign that is about instilling fear, not about hope, not about optimism, not about the future, but about fear. And so this is yet another example. Look what he did in saying that those legal immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, were eating their pets. And by the way, the hypocrisy of it abounds, because on the issue of immigration, let's be clear, some of the most conservative members of the United States Congress, working with others, came up with a border security bill, which was the strongest, toughest border security bill in a long, long time. It would have put 1,500 more border agents at the border. It would have reduced the flow of fentanyl into our country, which is killing people all over our country of every race and background. It would have allowed us to do more work on prosecuting transnational criminal organizations, which I have done in my career. Trump got word that that bill was afoot, knew it would fix the problem, and told his buddies in Congress to kill the bill. And you know why? Because he would prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. And he's running his campaign in a way that he does these rallies where people, by the way, walk out, and does these rallies to try and instill fear around an issue where he actually could be part of a solution, but he chose not to because he prefers to run on a problem instead of fix a problem. And we got to call it out and see it for what it is.
But doesn't the Biden administration have to take some blame for the border, though? A lot of the blame? Because, I mean, the first 3 years, y'all did a lot of
Freeze. Family, first off, why is a W calling in? I thought this was a Black male, Black American media blitz. Notice the first call they end up taking was from like Brad from Georgia. All right. And he started talking about illegals. He might not even been Brad. He might have been just a straight up W. Okay. He might have been a straight up migrant, and he don't want his family going home. Notice that right there, y'all. Notice that was the first question that she ended up taking. Okay. And she starts talking about Donald Trump sending people back home. This is on a Black male media blitz where you go to Charlemagne and then you go to all of these other places. Nah. No. Absolutely. Yep. It's blame Trump. That's exactly what she went back to, because that's all they have. If you blame Trump, and then they run it back again. This was absolutely the game that they've been trying to hustle us with. This is a game that they've been trying to run, and this is exactly why we have been calling that out, y'all. It's not going to work. Not out here in these streets. Never that. Yeah, absolutely. That was a plant all day. We know one when we see one, y'all. People been calling out the Democrats completely across the board. They've been calling out the Democratic establishment straight up and down. I'm going to show y'all somebody that called out the Democrats. I want y'all to see this. Y'all tell me about this right here. Let me know how y'all feel about this. Checkmate, checkmate, checkmate. Okay, fair use. This is Tavis Smiley, and he starts talking about what went on when it comes to Barack Obama. Watch this, y'all.
For one reason, Black folks should not have been surprised at Barack Obama's smackdown is because this is not some new or strange phenomenon. Let me put it this way. If you were surprised by Barack Obama's comments last week, I can tell you who was more surprised. Care to guess? Barack Obama. I know he is still scratching his head. I've been talking down to these Negroes for 15 years. Now they're going to act all scratching his head. I've been talking down to these Negroes for 15 years. Now they're going to act all brand new like they don't know me. Help me, Holy Ghost. No, y'all know who I am. I'm the one who at the Congressional Black Caucus Dinner told y'all to stop whining, stop crying, stop complaining, take off your slippers and go do something. I'm the same one who admonished Black men during my commencement address at Dr. King's alma mater, Morehouse College. Somebody rescue me if I'm wrong. I'm the same one who gave Black men the business at a Black church on the south side of Chicago, wait for it, on Father's Day. Y'all know who I am. I'm the one who sang Amazing Grace in South Carolina. I'm the one who broke y'all off some Al Green at the Apollo in Harlem. Now you acting all funny style. Y'all Negroes know me. I'm the one who told you repeatedly, I am not the president of Black America. I'm the president of all America. Y'all Negroes are killing me.
Damn. Damn. That shows you again what we've been saying about Barack Obama, family. This is why she's out there right now. She's out there right now because of that right there, because of what Obama said, and that's got them all shook. That shows you clearly, family, that a lot of the folks out there, it ain't just us, family. Everybody knows Obama is a fraud. Speaking of frauds, family, she continued with her fraudulent behavior, and this is actually the real truth about the way that she speaks to people.
That is about energy, work, technology, as well as the traditional, whether it be a barbershop or a restaurant. One of the big issues facing Black entrepreneurs and Black small businesses is access to capital. Because unlike my opponent, who got handed $400 million on a silver platter and then filed bankruptcy 6 times, don't forget that, calls himself a businessman. Not everybody has access to the capital, but we know in the community we do not lack for ambition, aspirations, dreams, hard work ethic. And so my work has been as vice president to increase billions of dollars into community banks. And as vice president, part of that work will also be to change the tax deduction for startup small businesses from $5,000 to $50,000, because nobody can start a small business on $5,000. And if you don't otherwise have intergenerational wealth, how are you going to be able to do it? Second point on small business is this. I'm going to do, basically, it's a program that is about a $20,000 non-refundable loan to basically businesses that don't have access to wealth and don't have those relationships, which is going to directly impact a lot of Black-owned small businesses. That $20,000 non-refundable loan is what would help somebody if they need to buy equipment, right? If they need to buy an extra truck, depending on what that business is, which we know that's a big part of what holds back our small businesses. Just having enough capital to actually pay for the things that allow you to then put your hard work into play to actually grow your business. The other piece, and this is something that is critically important, is to see Black folks, and in particular Black men, as a whole human being, and understand that we are talking about sons, we are talking about fathers, we are talking about grandsons, we're talking about grandparents, we're talking about uncles.
Then why don't you sign an anti-Black American hate crime protection? I'm going to let it flow, y'all. We got 1.2 thousand people in here right now, about 1.2 thousand. I was waiting to get the whole room packed up, family, before I let it push. I was playing the clips and letting everybody hear it. Now I'm about to let it ride. This is what I was talking about, y'all. She's naming Black men, Black family. By the way, she doesn't have a Black husband and she does not have Black kids. So I don't know where she relates to any of this. Doesn't have a Black grandma, doesn't have a Black grandma, nobody. Just nothing's Black. But however, she's talking about all these laws and all these things for Black men. Then how come I don't see an anti-Black American hate crime protection on your agenda? If you really cared and you were really about the protection and the safety of these people, then I would see that. I do not see that. That means that you do not care. I'll tell you what I have seen. I've seen that right there. I'll tell you what else I've seen. I've seen that right there. But I have not seen an anti-Black American hate crime protection for the Black men's that you love so much.
Non-refundable loan to basically businesses that don't have access to wealth and don't have those relationships, which is going to directly impact a lot of Black-owned small businesses. That $20,000 non-refundable loan is what would help somebody if they need to buy equipment, right? If they need to buy an extra truck, depending on what that business is, which we know that's a big part of what holds back our small businesses. Just having enough capital to actually pay for the things that allow you to then put your hard work into play to actually grow your business. The other piece, and this is something that is critically important, is to see Black folks, and in particular Black men, as a whole human being, and understand that we are talking about sons, we are talking about fathers, we are talking about grandsons, we're talking about grandparents, we're talking about uncles. And so I say that as a preface to say two other things, and then I'll keep going. One, to deal with, I mean, you like that, you caught that.
Okay, filibuster, man.
To deal with healthcare for Black people and Black men in particular. We know that we still have a lot of work to do to increase, for example, the high risk that we have for colon cancer, for prostate cancer, right? And to increase screenings and to make sure that people are actually going to get the screenings, not to mention the higher risk for sickle cell. So part of my agenda is about what we will do to deal with and highlight what we've got to do to focus on Black men's health. And then a similar point is this: 40% of caregivers are men. And we know culturally we take care of our elders. And we have a lot of men in the community who are in the sandwich.
Culturally, we take care of our elders. Are you talking about Black folks? Or are you talking about Indian folks?
Increase screenings and to make sure that people are actually going to get the screenings, not to mention the higher risk for sickle cell. So part of my agenda is about what we will do to deal with and highlight what we've got to do to focus on Black men's health. And then a similar point is this: 40% of caregivers are men. And we know culturally we take care of our elders. And we have a lot of men in the community who are in the sandwich generation, who are trying to take care of their young kids and take care of an elder parent or relative. And it's overwhelming for people to be able to do both. And a lot of people have to end up thinking about leaving their job to just do it.
Right.
So my plan is this: one, in order for people to then afford assistance for hiring healthcare, home healthcare, they basically have to go broke to be eligible for Medicaid. My plan is this: let's have Medicare, and this is, I've mapped it out and we can make it work. Medicare cover the cost of home healthcare for seniors, which means that you are looking at individuals in the context of their whole family. Because what we know is, again, understanding the culture, understanding the reality. Lots of people are having to leave work in order to do that. So these are some examples of my agenda. And overall, it is an agenda that understands, by the way, because we've talked already a lot about criminal justice, that the needs of the Black community are not just about criminal justice.
We need that money.
It's about, because here's the thing. We have brought down Black unemployment, I said this earlier, to one of the lowest levels in history. But I'm very clear. The community is not going to stand up and applaud just because everybody has a job. That should be a baseline. My agenda is about tapping into the ambitions and the aspirations, knowing that folks want to have an opportunity. If they want, they should have a meaningful opportunity to build wealth, including intergenerational wealth. And that's my agenda.
You know, there's a couple of things that you said.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. There was a couple of things that you said that people would say were talking points, but it's really just your story, even though they are becoming your greatest hits when you talk about the middle class and your godmother being a small business owner. But that's just your story.
It's my story. Look, I've been in this race 70 days. Some people are just getting to know me.
Yep.
Other people have known me. And I owe it. Listen, I feel very strongly I need to earn every vote, which is why I'm here having this candid conversation with you and your listeners. I have to earn people's support, and I am working to do that.
Before we go to another talkback call, I want to say there was a time I had a politician tell me once that if you're running for a national election, it's bad electoral strategy to say you are going to do things specifically for Black people, which is why a lot of politicians don't speak directly to their plans for Black people. Is that a thing?
I don't know that that's true. I think that what is true is that I am running to be president for everybody, but I'm clear-eyed about the history and the disparities that exist for specific communities, and I'm not going to shy away from that. It doesn't mean that my policies aren't going to benefit everybody, because they are. Everything I just talked about will benefit everybody. Small business owners, whatever their race, their age, their gender, their geographic location, are going to benefit from the fact that I'm going to extend tax deductions to $50,000. Every first-time homeowner, wherever they are, whatever their race, will benefit if they are a first-time home buyer with a $25,000 down payment assistance. Everyone is going to benefit from my plan to extend the child tax credit to $6,000 for the first year of their child's life. That's going to benefit everybody. But I do realize, again, that on the issue of home ownership, for example, Black people are 40% less likely to own a home. So
do you do you feel like President Obama stepped on your rollout? Because I know you've been working on this Black male agenda for a long time, and you've been doing the outreach, which was the Opportunity Economy Tour and things like that. But then he made the statements that he made last week, so everybody thinks this is a reaction to that.
Oh, no. I mean, you just have to, no, obviously not. I've been doing this for quite some time, including before I was running for president.
Let's go to talk back, guys.
Hi, I'm Bobby from Georgia, and I have a question for Kamala Harris. Could you please respond to Trump's claim that he's going to use...
It won't help me politically.
Why do you allow him to call you the border czar when that's not even your... That wasn't
I'm
your
not
role.
giving him permission for that.
Oh, you're right. But I mean, you don't push back on it because that wasn't your role.
Fact checkers have made that clear. Look, if I responded to every name he called me, I wouldn't be focused on the things that actually help the American people, and that's my focus.
That is true. Before we go to talk back, I want to say something else. I don't feel like the Biden administration has treated Trump like a real threat to democracy, and that's why America doesn't realize how much of a threat he is. It's one thing to say it, but you have to act on it. Don't you believe Merrick Garland should have moved faster to put Donald Trump in prison for leading an attempted coup of this country?
The Department of Justice has independence in terms of how they make those decisions, as they should. And let's also be very clear.
What do you think?
Donald Trump has been very clear that he would weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies. He has been very clear that he would take out the independent folks who are in there and put in there instead his loyalists. So understand, again, you talk about, because this brings back to exactly your point about threats to our democracy. Donald Trump would go into the Department of Justice and manipulate it in such a way that it would be used as a weapon against his political enemies.
Yeah, he's going to lock y'all up if he gets back in office.
Well, by the way, you should look at his words. I don't think that you as a journalist should feel so sure that journalists, judges, others. And you know who does that? Dictators do that. Other countries do that, which is say that you're going to send, as he has, the military to go and suppress peaceful protesters. That happens in other countries. That's not supposed to happen in America. So do understand when this man says what he says, how that would play out in real time.
So why is it okay for him to say he'll lock up his political opponents, but it's not okay?
Stop. Family. Do we have any black journalists that aren't Democrats? You notice every single thing that's being said is being said as a Democrat. Every time they go meet with a black person, that black person is a Democrat. That's it. Charlemagne is literally campaigning against Donald Trump, and he's openly said he endorses Kamala Harris. How can we get any type of objective media when all of our media is from the Democratic plantation? They're throwing her softballs. Then she goes to the shade room. She goes to all of these places, y'all, and every single one of these are Democratic journalists. They're Democratic anchors. They're Democratic networks, and all you're going to get is Democratic answers. Listen to what she said, and somebody made a point. Everybody in there seemed like a W. I didn't see too many folks in there that were, are there any black people that ask any questions? This is what I'm saying. This is all lives matter. They give you all this black stuff, but then they run all of these other people in the process. This had nothing to do with black folks, y'all, at all. They talk about black men. Let's be real. Have y'all heard anything specific yet? Has there been one? Now she's got to talk. Now she's got to speak. All that stuff came out in your little paper with your little black ad. Okay, now tell us about it. You notice she can't speak on it, right? She can't give us specific details. I haven't seen one thing that is absolutely positively specific that she said. Literally, by definition, all her words are everybody, everyone. She says she's going to be the president of everybody like 32 times. Okay, still nothing specific for black folks. This shows you again, family, they're not working on anything. She copy and pasted that all lives matter agenda she already had, and then she just put out all lives and she put in black men. That's what she was doing. There's more. She continues to go forward, family.
For y'all to say he should be in prison when he's actually committed crimes.
Oh, I've been very clear. I think that the court should handle that, and I'm gonna handle November.
They start cackling. The cackle had to come, y'all.
Handle it, okay? I'm gonna talk back, Eddie. What we got?
Listen what she said. She said she's gonna handle it in November. So basically, she's saying that she's going to put Donald Trump in jail if she gets elected. Now she's talking about putting Donald Trump in jail. Still nothing about tangibles.
President Harris, our men and women in the military are sent to foreign countries to fight for their freedom. Win or lose, Donald Trump has promised to seek revenge. My question is, will our military be there to fight for our freedom after the election should Trump start another insurrection?
Listen to that question, y'all. First off, was that not another W? That was another W, y'all. Will Donald Trump put the military on the American citizens? What does that have to do with black men? What does that have to do with us? This is no black man agenda. This has nothing to do with black. But man, they ain't even saying black right now. They're not even bringing up black folks.
Well, you raise a profound point. That is very much a part of this election cycle in terms of what the American people have a choice right now. So January 6th, Donald Trump incited a violent mob to try and undo the will of the people and undo the results of a free and fair election. That violent mob attacked the United States Capitol. Over 140 law enforcement officers were injured. Some of them were killed. And he has said since then that there will be a bloodbath after this election. He has, on your point about the military, referred to members of our military as suckers and losers.
Now she's talking about the military that has nothing to do with black Americans. Fast forward.
And they're going to vote to stand up for these principles and to stand up for their rights to freedom and liberty and to live and just be free to be. I believe that.
I want to bring in my guy, Icewave Vezo. He's very politically engaged. I want to ask you a question while he's coming in. It's a quick question. There's a rumor that Janet Jackson is mad at you because you prosecuted her brother, the late great Michael Jackson. That's on the internet. Clear that up for people.
That's just not true.
I know.
Yeah, on either count.
She's not mad at you?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I have not talked to her, but certainly it's not true about her brother.
Vezo.
Charlemagne, what's up? Madam Vice President.
Listen to that right there, y'all. Y'all heard that right there, right? You heard that she had to come in there and clear up Janet Jackson, right? Because she knows foundational black Americans weren't rocking with her about the whole Michael Jackson thing. This was a completely orchestrated interview with orchestrated questions, y'all.
How you doing today? As we say in Detroit, what up, though? So yesterday I read that there's a new opportunity agenda, a plan for black men, which includes a proposal of forgivable loans up to $20,000 for 1 million black entrepreneurs.
What would you say to the people that would consider the timing of this proposal as political timing? And how would you speak to the sentiment that support for Black men is only sought out during election cycles and feels that building trust requires consistent engagement and genuine investment into the community outside of election periods and political benefits for politicians, and may view that some people in the Democrat Party use Black Americans to play identity politics?
So first of all, thank you for your question and for being here. I've been in this race about 70 days. You can look at all my work before those 70 days to know that what I'm talking about right now is not new and is not for the sake of winning this election. This is about a long-standing commitment, including the work that I've done as vice president. And
it's brand new. You just started coming up with it. Tell that to somebody else.
Before, when I was senator, and before that. In fact, a lot of what I'm doing that is about my economic agenda and opportunity economy was born out of the work I did as vice president, before that as senator most recently, to get access to capital for our entrepreneurs. The work that I did in the Senate was about getting a couple $billion more into our community banks. And then building on that, when I became vice president, I created it's called the Economic Opportunity Council, bringing in some of the biggest banks and technology companies to put more into the community banks. And I'm going to tell you one of the reasons why, because I have been aware for years, Black entrepreneurs only get 1% of venture capital funding. Of all the venture capital funding, only 1% goes to Black entrepreneurs. We don't have the same rates of access to capital, be it through family or through connections, which is why I've done the work of putting billions more dollars and working to put billions more dollars into community banks, which go directly to the community. My work around the $20,000 is building on that and understanding that, I convened, for example, I said this earlier, a group of Black entrepreneurs way before I was running for president in my official office at the White House to hear some of the obstacles that they were facing. And one of them was what we need to do around getting folks the help to just be able to buy the equipment they need to run their business. And oftentimes we find that when Black entrepreneurs and Black people apply for credit, they're denied at a higher rate than others. We have also seen, and the data proves this, that all of the realities also tend to dissuade Black folks and Black entrepreneurs in particular from even applying for credit. So my point is to work on every way that we can approach the issue to encourage people and to invest in their ambition. Because I know the ambition is there. I know the talent is there. I know the innovation is there. And certainly the hard work ethic. So this is not new work for me. And
you should speak to the American Rescue Plan too, because tens of millions of dollars. I know small businesses in North Carolina small Black businesses that got $10 million because of that.
There goes Charlemagne coming in caping, y'all. You already know he's about to do that. He answered the question.
Invite a recession by the middle of next year. My plans would strengthen the economy as a whole. You look at under what we've been doing, you look at the stock market is one of the strongest it's ever been. Wages have outpaced inflation. Inflation is going down to, I think it's now the most recent number is 2.4%. So, but those are, nobody wants to hear an Econ 101 lecture, right? But the reality of it, to your point, is that under Democratic rule, the economy gets strengthened. And certainly when you look at my plan for my presidency, it will strengthen the economy and it will help people. And
people, there you go. It'll help people, not Black Americans. So you see automatically, y'all, that was not about us. We just sat there and we went through that whole interview. We combed through it. We skipped 10 seconds, 15 seconds, skipped a minute, and you don't hear anything about Black Americans at all. That was not specific. So they put out this fake Black man agenda because Obama got roasted by all Black Americans. We all came together and we ran him out the paint. So immediately they went into damage control. And after they went into damage control, they tried to give us that. It's not going to work. I'm telling you right now, family, that is not going to work. And it's already showing that it's backfiring. Everybody on social media is already completely destroying that interview with softball. They had plants. Okay. I heard one guy who was Black and he asked one question. She danced around that. I heard Karen ask a question. They were talking about the Ukraine. They were talking about Donald Trump and January 6th. They were talking about migrants going home. Nope. And by the way, she never said she's sending them home now either. You didn't hear anything specific about Black people. So it goes to show you that they right now are absolutely neglecting us. What they want to do, they want to neglect us and not get caught. All right. They want to hide how they're really treating Black Americans. That's what their main thing is. Be anti-foundational Black American. Don't get caught in the process. All right. Try to do whatever they can do to us and just hide about it. That was nothing specific. That was completely nothing. And only time she mentioned Black people, it came up with others. So we've exposed this as an all lives matter policy. The Democrats ain't fooling no damn body. That is copy and paste. It's straight up copy and paste. Nobody's falling for it. And that's why you're starting to see these numbers come out. And these numbers are exposing that nobody's rocking with Kamala Harris. The people in the street are exposing Kamala Harris's campaign. Family, we are right amongst this election season to the end. And right now, all the poll numbers are showing that she's falling behind with everybody. She's especially falling behind with black people. See, she's falling behind with black men as well and black women, but they don't never really want to talk about that sisters ain't supporting her because they got to use that as the base. All right. They don't really want to disrupt that. They'd rather try to divide and conquer than really call that out. But I'm about to. Look at this right here. These are the numbers, y'all, that they've been trying to hide from us for the longest amount of time. This shows you right here that Kamala Harris has no idea.
The first black female president
has no idea about what's coming on election day. If you think it's bad when black folks ain't voting for you, it's about to get worse. Watch this right here, y'all. This proves everything that we've been talking about, and it shows you the real poll numbers. Fair use, fair use, fair use. This is teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use. Check this out, y'all.
Potential nominee, and black men aren't really that into her.
This is the Democratic margin among black men under the age of 45 in presidential elections. You go back to November of 2012, what do you see? You see Obama by 81. Clinton only won him by 63. Then we're all the way down to Biden last time around by 53. A tremendous drop already. And then you take a look at the average of the most recent polls, and Kamala Harris is up by only 41 points. That is about half the margin that Obama won them by back in November of 2012.
That's why Obama told the brothers, if you don't vote for Kamala, you ain't black and you're sexist. That didn't sit well with the African-American community. So Kamala sat down with two African-American podcasters, but couldn't keep it real.
$25,000 down payment assistance just helps people get their foot in the door, helping folks get their foot in the door with a down payment assistance. So my plan is to build what I call an opportunity economy. I intend to create as president what I have named an opportunity economy. Tapping into the ambitions and the aspirations of folks, taps into the ambitions and the aspirations and the dreams of the American people.
Then she corrected their grammar.
Now, you have a friend. His name is Barack Hussein Obama. You know him?
I do know him. I do.
He recently, in Pittsburgh.
President,
let's get it right.
Yes.
Yeah, President. President Barack Obama.
Your folks are dancing back here, so I see them all in my periphery. So y'all can relax, Cedric.
Congressman.
Congressman. You know what men love? Being nagged about how we talk. We love it. You think
y'all see how she just checked Roland Martin? Look how she just checked Roland. She don't want to be there. She don't want to be there. Roland tries to make a joke, and then she says, no. Call him Congressman. Watch this.
Cedric.
Congressman.
Congressman. You know what men love? Being nagged about how we talk. We love it. You think if J.D. Vance was being interviewed by Hannity and Hannity called President Trump Donald J. Trump, Vance would correct Sean? Excuse me, that's President Trump. So far, Barack and Kamala's black outreach has been scolding and correcting grammar. But if that doesn't work, maybe a little bribery will. Kamala's proposing giving black entrepreneurs a $20,000 forgivable loan. A $20,000 forgivable loan is not a loan, it's a handout. Number one, how do you prove you're black? I'm 0.1%. Do I qualify? And two, how do you prove you're an entrepreneur? Can you just start a website and pretend you're selling maple syrup? When you add $20,000 to the $25,000 for first-time homebuyers, that's a $45,000 handout. That's reparations in disguise.
Look at that right there. The dominant society literally tries to say that she's giving reparations out. Now, we know ain't no goddamn way she's giving out reparations. So she can't go either way, y'all. She can't go over to the dominant society and win them over because they're saying, what's up with them damn reparations, Kamala? And she ain't giving none. And then we over here saying, what's up with that study, Kamala? Because they ain't giving none. Either way she turns, family, she's running into the same exact problem. What is that problem, y'all? That problem is that she's racially homeless. And that's what happens when you've been running around here cosplaying. And that's what happens when you've been running around here playing the game. Nobody's rocking with her at all. It's a wrap. Those poll numbers, family, have come back bad as ever. And everyone is seeing it. And like we said, the streets are not rocking with her. Everyone is seeing that she has been out here cosplaying, and everybody knows that it's a joke at this point. It's an absolute joke when you're dealing with Kamala the cop. It's so much of a joke, family, that the Democratic establishment, I heard, is trying to basically keep her at bay after this black man media blitz. After this black man media blitz, y'all, you're probably going to see her sit on ice until election day. That's really what you're going to end up seeing because she can't come out no more because every time she comes out, there's a gaffe, there's a fumble, there's a stumble. She's just not showing. People are making fun of her. There's nowhere to go right now. We've exposed that is not a plan for black men. All right. We sat her and heard her talk about it. And she said, everyone, them, and they. She used every single term that has nothing to do with us specifically. That lets you know that it's not a specific bill. Black folks was exposing it too. I want y'all to think about this. Everything that the Democrats have kind of pushed forward, we've been exposing all of it. They try to give us Obama. Obama was their last ditch effort. They feel if they can bring out Obama, everything will be good. Just send him Obama. Obama will whip him back into shape. That didn't work. He got roasted and sent home. So then they said, damn, how can we rebuttal that? Let's go put her out on a media blitz. It's not moving the needle. That was a weak interview with Charlemagne, didn't move the needle. People are exposing it for being non-specific to black folks. You mean to tell me she put out a specific black man agenda? Okay, really? The same people tell us we can't get nothing specific. Now they do? No, and it's an all lives matter plan. So black folks are sitting there looking at that like, nah, that ain't good enough either. Try another one. And then now they're going out there and saying, we've done it all. We've gave these folks the collard greens in the bathtub. We gave these folks the Converse and the Timberlands. That ain't working. We did all the fake accents we can come up with. What's next? Nothing. They have nowhere to go, and that's exactly where we're going to keep them, family. Why? It's because we foundational black Americans, and we say so. Kamala is out here getting roasted in the streets. So is Obama.
All right, my fellow black Democrats, I just got a message from Massa. Massa said, apparently there's 5 rogue black people talking about they gonna vote for Trump. Okay, Massa said we gotta go get them back to the plantation. He said we gotta call them names like Uncle Tom's. We gotta shame them and everything, and we can get them back. Okay, y'all ready? We gotta get them back by November 5th. Okay, what hold on. Okay, this just in. It's not just 5. It's 50. Okay, you ready? We gotta go get them black people who think they gonna vote for Trump. All 50 of them. Hold up. What? Okay, apparently it's 500 instead of 50. Hold up. Oh my God. Oh my God, there's 5,000. Oh my God. Okay, hold up, wait. Oh,
It's a damn shame out here when you getting clowned on TikTok by every goddamn TikToker. It's a joke. It's a rap. Family, we watching it right now. It's an absolute rap for them. They know clear as day that they can't move the crowd. They can't move the audience. Not happening. So if that wasn't bad enough, y'all, and you already seen the way that they was operating, the way they was functioning. Matter of fact, it wouldn't be right if, we didn't put this out. Right here, family, to keep it all the way real with you, to keep it all the way 110, y'all know that black man media blitz or whatever they try to tell us that is, okay? Reality, that's what that really was, y'all. Let's keep it a buck. You didn't go anywhere where there was real black folks. You didn't go anywhere where brothers and sisters was on game. You went to some places and talked to some boule folks, and you thought them boule folks was going to bring you in. You thought them boule folks was going to bring you home, and you found out the damn hard way. It ain't moving. Them folks right there are not moving an election. Them folks right there aren't making anything happen. Them folks right there are going to have you right where you've always been, and that is on the corner like it's trash day, because that's the FBA way. Hell to the no, y'all. So after they thought that they was going to run this out, that's their economic plan right there, y'all. That's their economic plan. This is who they want to go to. They know they can't come to us. They know they can't come around foundational black Americans. No, hell no. It ain't gonna work, because then you can't stumble, fumble, bumble through no questions. You can't have plants in the audience who are Latino and W's. You can't talk about all lives matter. So when you try to go bring us that, and then the next thing you know, family, you run around and for a fact times are hard on the boulevard when they come around here and then they try to feed you this guy right here, y'all. She done really went to Roland Martin. She goes to Roland Martin and she thought that was a flex. She thought she was going to sit down with Roly and they was going to have some deep conversation, some deep interview, and Roland was going to bring the streets in. Roland ain't hot out here in the streets, homie. Roland is not going to get you anything of substance other than maybe the menu at Bojangles. That is the only thing that's going to happen. So the very fact that she actually went out there and she tried to conjure up Roland Martin, and she sat down for a little 30-minute interview. Family, she gave Roland Martin 30 minutes. 30 minutes is all roly-poly got with an interview. He was out here auditioning for his place. He was out here trying hard. And I'm going to show y'all right here. She was dissing him. She was disrespecting Roland. Roland was trying too. Let me tell y'all, Roland Martin, D.L. Hughley, Plaz, they're not out here paid Democratic shills. They're out here auditioning. Democratic shields. They're auditioning for the plantation. They're auditioning so they can get a come up. I just showed you the clip. She goes to the shade room. She goes to Charlemagne. She goes to Roland, said the same thing, everyone. Literally verbatim. And not to mention, y'all know she got a plagiarism scandal too. So that's the grandma scandal. That's P. Dougie scandal. That's the FEMA scandal. That's the border scandal. That's also the plagiarism scandal. She got it all. Look at this right here, y'all. She went up there. She talked to Roland Martin. And I'm going to show y'all how that all turned out. And it wasn't good. Roland thought he was going to get him some type of good interview. And it didn't work out. Watch this.
You continue having that aggressive of a DOJ Civil Rights Division because the work that's being done, I mean, it doesn't get a lot of attention and it talks about a lot, but it is actually happening. The work that Kristen Clark and others are doing.
They're doing extraordinary work, and that is the work that would continue in a Harris administration. Let me tell you something. And again, because Roland, I have to keep stressing not only the importance of every point, but the contrast between me and Donald Trump. Under Donald Trump as president, those cases were not happening with any vigor or commitment. And not only that, he took resources out of the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice. We put resources into the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice so they could do the job they're supposed to do. And that absolutely would continue under me and my leadership. And it's about looking at what people have done or what they say. Again, you know the record of Donald Trump on these issues. You know the record of where he is on things like stop and frisk, right? And what the Project 2025 talks about. So there is a real contrast here on criminal justice, as there is on almost every issue that we have discussed.
Wait a minute, though. Roland told us that we can't have nothing specific. Roland told us that we need to quit asking. So it's funny when Roland gets in front of her, he's talking about the civil rights business. You done had this, you done had this. Roland told us you can't get nothing specific. Talk that same talk, Roland, that you be talking when you speaking to us. All right, don't get all nice and dandy now when you sitting there talking to her. Talk that same talk that you speak when you talking to foundational Black Americans about how we can't do nothing, how we can't get nothing, we don't deserve nothing, all of that nonsense that you be speaking. Because that's not what I'm hearing when you sitting there talking to Kamala the cop. Nah, you playing all different types of games when you talking to her. We just want that same type of time, energy, and effort. Same way you do, family, when you go to Zaxby's. All right, when you go to Zaxby's, that's the type of energy you got. I want that same type of energy when you come over here and you talking to FBA. And I'm going to tell you another reason why brothers and sisters are completely calling out the Democratic establishment. Let me tell you why we know it's a rebuttal to what we've been on. Right now, they see we serious and we are leaving the Democratic plantation. It's a wrap. Brothers and sisters, we walking out that door together and we ain't looking back. And when we don't look back at the Democratic plantation, it's going to disappear and it's going to fall to the ground rightfully where it deserves to be. Because we remember just a few months ago, they had out some Democratic shields and they were talking about how don't even do nothing for Black people. We already got it. Remember that? Remember when they were sending out all those pundits and they were saying, oh, we don't need to do nothing for Black folks. We already got them in the bag. Black folks is already wrapped up. It's all good. Let's go put our resources to the Latinos. Let's go put our resources to the migrants. Remember that? The Ukraine. Let's go give them another $1 billion. Black folks will show up. And then foundational Black Americans said, hell no, we ain't going to show up. And not just this election, we're never going to show back up for the Democratic plantation. Now what? They said, get on the phone, call Obama. He came out, roasted him, sent his ass back. They said, okay, let's send out Kamala on a Black man media blitz. And then we sent her back. Let's go ahead and give them an all lives matter agenda that basically says we're going to do something for everybody. And let's just scribble out all lives and let's put Black men on it. We said, nope, not good enough. Nope, we ain't taking it. So now they're going around and they're saying, Black folks, please vote for us. And Black folks are saying, hail to the no. If they think that they're going to pull the wool over our eyes, like we didn't just remember them saying, oh, we don't need to do nothing for them. They'll be all right. Yeah. Problem is, family, we FBA and we got receipts. Y'all remember this right here? Tell me y'all remember this right here. Remember they were saying, don't do nothing for Black folks because you got them already in the bag? Watch this.
Everybody sits and has this laser focus on Black men. You've got Latino men who are working at the border who are like, hey, I don't like these immigration issues. Why is nobody talking about me? You've got Asian American men who are saying, hey, wait a minute, I don't think affirmative action is work for me. We have this twisted focus on the wrong group of people. No matter if every single Black person, and always had 12, 13% of Black people who end up voting for Republican anyway. If every single Black man in America who voted for Trump went and voted for Joe Biden this time, it ain't going to change much.
I don't think that's true.
But in large, I'm telling you, even unless you look at a place like Georgia, right, which is in a very, very small margin, but most of those Black men, it's not going to end up making making a difference. But if we look at Latino men and we look at Asian men, that's where the difference is. That's where the focus needs to be. The Democrats have to have, the Democrats have to have a pivot to different kinds of people and stop talking to folks who are 55, 60 years old who listen to what an old rapper has to say, because their votes are already decided. It's those 18, 19-year-olds who are working right now at CVS and Verizon who don't see a difference, who are the ones who are liable to either stay home or switch their votes.
Now, the internet going to be on fire by what you just said about black men.
Look at that. Look at that. Look what he just said, family. We don't care. We don't want the black vote. Look, and he's shrugging too. He talking reckless. That's what the Democrats have been saying to themselves the whole damn time, family. When we're not around, that's what the Democrats been saying. Look what he says. And he just shrugged his shoulders with boldness too, didn't he?
19-year-olds who are working right now at CVS and Verizon who don't see a difference, who are the ones who are liable to either stay home or switch their votes.
Now, the internet going to be on fire by what you just said about black men, Jason. I just want to...
He said, I don't care. He said, it don't matter. He said, I don't give a damn what they think. That's what the Democrats have been doing. That's benign neglect right there. All right? That ain't even benign neglect, y'all. That's in your face neglect. We ain't doing nothing for you. Get out our face. That's what that is. That's what the Democrats have been selling black Americans for the longest amount of time. They made a concentrated effort to not do anything for us. And now it's coming back to haunt them. Now they're saying, you ain't going to do nothing for foundational black Americans. Well, guess what? We ain't going to do nothing for you. And our do nothing goes further. Our do nothing means we ain't voting. That right there was 101 reasons, family, why not to vote. And trust me, Kamala Harris thinks the same exact way, right? Right? And so did Joe Biden, right? So does Barack Obama, right? All of them feel the same exact way as that guy right there. That is the Democratic policy. Only difference is that he's a shield and he was bold enough to say it out loud. All right. He was bold enough to say it out loud. He was going to say whatever he felt like saying. And that's what they thought was the flex, because they didn't feel no aftershock. They didn't feel there was going to be any return. They thought it was going to be all good. They thought they could just say that, keep it moving. Everything was going to push off. And it does not work right now. It's not working at all. And people are out here exposing her to the T to the maximum. This goes to show you these folks are now in a complete media blitz where they want to run it back. Family, now they're sending out the Black Caucus. Let me show you what the Black Caucus is talking about. You just seen that guy right there. Family, we're going to break down the inconsistencies. We here, family. We got 1.3 thousand people in here. Everybody who's in here right now, y'all know how we do. Subscribe to the Black Alpha Network. We cooking. We're going to continue this. Hit that like button and subscribe. All my new listeners, subscribe right now. Check this out. You seen the way they were just talking to black men right there, right? Okay. We don't give a damn. We go for anybody. Trust me, that's how Kamala feels. That guy just said it. That's in Kamala's policies. Her policies are identical to what that guy just said. You can line it up. Her policies and Joe Biden's policies are just like what that guy said. So were Barack Obama's. They've had this whole policy of we're not doing nothing for black folks because we already got them. We're not doing nothing for black folks because they're not worth it. We're not doing nothing for black folks, so we're going to go do it for illegal immigrants because, you know, they can come over here and get money and they don't talk back. We can give them everything and they don't stand up for themselves. They don't want to give us what we deserve because foundational black Americans, we stand up to all of that. And that's the time that they were on then. Now they're sending out the Black Caucus. Remember, the same caucus that destroyed the reparations bill in California, tried to blame it on the Republicans, and then we called them out on that. Look at how they're singing a different story. It was all good just a week ago, right? Watch this right here, y'all. They are literally sending out every black person that you can find. Now they're singing a different tune, y'all. Want to put this clear. They're not talking all that talk they were just saying a minute ago. They're not talking all that, oh, we don't need y'all vote. Let's go focus on the Latinos. Watch what this guy says about the black vote. It's absolutely the opposite of what the last guy said. This is the man who realized they not playing. This is after the F around and find out.
Instead of continuing to talk about black men or talking down to black men, it's time to listen to black men. And that is exactly what Vice President Kamala Harris and Tim Walz have done with this agenda for black men. It is about providing economic opportunity, wealth, health, and prosperity for Black America, which will help all of America. It's about providing $25,000 of grants for down payments to help 1 million Black homeowners achieve the American dream and
Stop. I'm sorry, y'all. I wanted to let it ride out. I got to say something because he started off on the bull. This man automatically came out and said all Americans. He literally came out and said it's for everybody. And then he said, instead of talking down to black folks, Your caucus was talking down to black folks in California who were fighting for reparations. Your caucus killed the damn bill. And then they were mocking black folks. Remember that dude? Y'all ain't gonna get it. Y'all remember that, family? Now he's coming out here talking about instead of talking down to black folks, we need to listen to them. Why you ain't listened to us before? Why you ain't listened to us when we were saying other things? Now you want to talk about it's for everybody. Now you want to say we need to listen to black men. You had your chance.
What's so fascinating and important about this plan is instead of continuing to talk about black men or talking down to black men, it's time to listen to black men. And that is exactly what Vice President Kamala Harris and Tim Walz have done with this agenda for black men. It is about providing economic opportunity, wealth, health, and prosperity for Black America, which will help all of America. It's
all of America, all of America. He just can't say black and stay on it. They can't just say black and keep it black. It's got to be black in everybody.
About providing $25,000 of grants for down payments to help 1 million Black homeowners achieve the American dream and close the racial wealth gap. It's about providing $20,000 for givable loans to small businesses and entrepreneurs, people who have great ideas but who need help getting that business off the ground and to a good start. And then once that business is operating, providing $50,000 worth of deductions in that first year so that that business continue to be successful. It also expands into the child tax credit, providing up to $6,000 for families with children. But beyond that, it also includes the health of Black men by investing in a national health equity initiative to address the inequities of sickle cell, prostate, diabetes that disproportionately affect Black men's health. And when we improve the...
Let me tell you what else disproportionately affects Black men. Hate crimes. Yeah. Hate crimes also disproportionately affect Black men. How come we're not getting that? How come we're not getting that, Mr. Caucus Man? Since y'all want to talk about what disproportionately affects Black folks, how about supremacy? You notice none of these laws, family, are anything that has something to do with supremacy. These are non-supremacy affected laws. This has nothing to do with being the victim of supremacy. It's just a bunch of things that they can apply to everyone.
Economic conditions of Black people, we actually improve our economic and health outcomes. So that is what the Vice President understands because she's been listening to Black men throughout her career, but especially as Vice President and now as nominee and what I believe will be the 47th President of the United States.
I believe that you are a COON, homie. Let's go there. Let's keep it all the way real right now, fam. They got me turned all the way up because this is real out here, all right? First off, he tried to stutter that. He was like, she been focusing on Black men for, a day? Oh, no. Oh, no, her whole career. No, it's like this, family. How come none of these policies and her little Black men plan are anything about Black folks being harmed by race soldiers? It's nothing about Black folks being harmed just for driving down the damn street. It's never about Black folks. Notice I'm saying Black people. Isn't it funny, fam, that they used to tell us nothing can be done specifically? Now we're talking specifically. All right, they're not talking specifics, family, in terms of Black American communities. They're talking about just Black men. Okay, now they're leaving out our women. Family, you can't win with these people. All right, they leave out the women, they add the men. They add the men, they leave out the women. It's just vice versa all over the place. No, don't sing a different tune right now, Mr. Caucus Man. Don't come out here and try to tell Black Americans that, oh, we need to do this for y'all. You had your chance when we were asking for reparations, and then you gave us a bunch of con games. You had your chance when we were demanding an anti-Black American hate crime protection. You ain't give us none of those. So don't come now and try to give me all lives matter. I don't want it. You can keep that. That whole bill, whatever that she gave us, you can have that. We don't want it. That's all lives matter. And us as voters, we have neglected them the same way they neglected us. You can stay on that corner. We don't want any of that. Family, they've been bringing out every single COO that they can find. I'm telling you. Watch this right here, y'all. Check this out. They've been running that game. Look who else came out of hiding. Look who else came out of hiding, family. When he's not ducking my brother Marcel, he starts showing up now. Notice they're all coming out after we dogged Obama. You ain't seen Clyburn in the longest amount of time. Now Clyburn comes out and he's trying to help them secure the Black man vote. Okay, so this is the Shade Room. This is Charlemagne. This is the Black Caucus, Roland Martin, and Clyburn. This is how they feel they're going to get the Black vote. Shit.
Heard Donald Trump making his appeal to Black men quite explicit. Your friend, Congresswoman Debbie Dingell, who you campaigned with in Michigan, says that the message she's hearing from black men is, quote, Democrats take us for granted. Donald Trump talks to us directly. Are you concerned about black men voting for Trump or staying home?
Well, thank you very much for having me. Yes, I am concerned about black men staying home or voting for Trump. But my concerns don't tend to keep me from being energetic about this campaign. Because I was in Michigan campaigning with Debbie last weekend. I thought our swing through Michigan was very, very effective. I met with black men. I met with black religious leaders. I met with black union leaders. And quite
This man's still talking about religious leaders like it's 1962.
frankly, I think we had very frank and direct discussions. And I don't see and feel what I'm reading about in news reports. Yes, black men, like everybody else, want to know exactly what I can expect from Harris administration. And I've been very direct with them. And I've also contrasted that with what they can expect from a Trump administration. We will expect Project 2025.
Oh, gosh. The first thing he said was Project 2025. Y'all better come with some better material. This outdated garbage-ass material is not working in the streets, Clyburn.
To be a full-blown policy in his administration. And what would that policy be? I described it on the first night of our national convention, and I've been describing it that way ever since. It will be Jim Crow 2.0.
Oh, are y'all hearing this, my certifieds? My certifieds, we got 1.3 thousand people in here. Is my certified foundational black American family hearing this? Yeah, y'all ain't lying. That man said energetic. If you don't get the hell out of family, ain't nothing energetic about you, homie. Never, not at all. This man said it's going to be Jim Crow 2.0. That's what Project 2025 is going to be. Now, you see, family, I want y'all to focus. Notice how, when it came to all those policies on her black man agenda, nothing about racism, nothing about supremacy. Soon as they start talking about Donald Trump, then it turns into racism and supremacy. They don't address racism and supremacy in her own policies. Nope. But they only bring it up when they can put it all on Donald Trump. We sat here and we listened to an hour of all of her interviews. She never brings up supremacy one time. She never brings up an anti-black American hate crime protection. She never brings up any resources that are directly impacted by the system of supremacy. But when they do want to bring it up, it's, oh, Project 2025 is going to be Jim Crow 2.0. Yep. You know this, fam, it's boogeyman stuff. That's all they got. All they got is boogeyman. We'll bring up supremacy when we can put it off on Trump, but we won't bring up supremacy when we can put it in a bill to help black Americans. Let's let Jimmy Clyburn continue.
Now, you know, I'm the 9th African-American serving Congress from South Carolina. That means there were 8 before me. The problem is there were 95 years between number 8 and number 9. And the policies of that 95 years that kept us out of government, out of this economy, is called Jim Crow.
Oh, God.
If you look at Project 2025, it will be Jim Crow 2.0. And I am amazed at the number of people who actually are interested in contrasting that. And I think that we had a lot of success up in Michigan being able to explain that.
So when you were in Michigan, you said that first, you started your answer by saying you are concerned. What did you hear that makes you concerned?
This man went on a whole 2.0.
When people raise questions about what does she stand for, and I tend to ask them, don't tell me what you hear. Tell me what you feel. What do you feel about her?
What? What the hell does that? Don't tell me how you hear, how you feel here, how you feeling right here, how you feel over there, how you feel this time of year, how you feel in the air, how you feel when you don't care. If you don't get it together, Clyburn, okay, we need to go ahead and find the nursing home that Joe Biden's at and go ahead and roll Clyburn in the bed next to him. Clyburn don't know where he is. Clyburn is somewhere in 1947, all right, when he was probably 47. Clyburn, you cannot stand in this new world because you're operating in a world where there's real foundational Black Americans and your days of gatekeeping are done up.
As opposed to what you experienced for 4 years under Trump. And I have yet to find one single person that can tell me one thing that they got out of the Trump administration, except as a few of them said to me, well, we got a stimulus check. And then I said to them, don't you know that Congress appropriates money?
Hold up. He said, what? Whoa. He said he can't find one person? Hold on, ho.
Experience for 4 years under Trump. And I have yet to find one single person that can tell me one thing that they got out of the Trump administration, except as a few of them said to me, well, we got a stimulus check.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, one person right here. Closed borders, okay, actual opportunities and jobs, no inflation, okay, and you weren't seeing no type of benign neglect policies where immigrants and Julios were being elevated above us. That's what I actually seen and people were getting under Trump. You see how he just said, I've never seen one person say what they've gotten under them. The whole damn country saying it, family. That's why Trump is leading in the polls right now, because everybody's openly saying we're doing better under Trump than we were under Kamala and Joe Biden. Let's not forget, family, they're trying to tell us about Donald Trump being 2.0. Excuse me, let me phrase this right, okay? They're trying to tell us that Project 2025 and Donald Trump is going to be Jim Crow 2.0. Then how come it wasn't Jim Crow 2.0 when he was the president 4 years, all right? When he was the president from 2016 to 2020, how come it wasn't Jim Crow 2.0? How come it wasn't lynching? How come it wasn't slavery then? Yeah, matter of fact, everything they told us that the Trump presidency was going to be, it was actually the opposite. Americans were doing way better economically, socially, education, all across the board. Foreign, there was no wars. You got them right now, okay? The Ukrainians weren't coming over here and leaving with $1 billion every time they showed up, and Julio wasn't jumping the border every single day. That was under Donald Trump because he was president for 4 years. How you gonna tell us what a Donald Trump presidency might look like as if we didn't already see one? As a matter of fact, we've seen two things. We've seen a Donald Trump presidency and we've seen a Joe Biden, Kamala Harris presidency. And the American people have made it clear that it was a better country under Donald Trump than it's been for the last 4 years under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. That is the facts that they cannot dispute. When you trust your eyes, you will never vote for the Democrats. When you do not trust your eyes, then you believe every fantasy they say. Family, let's talk about the fantasies the Democrats tell us, right? It takes about 2 seconds to expose them because they're so desperate. It takes 2 seconds to expose the Democrats because they make no sense. Let's go there. They tell us that pets were not being eaten in Springfield, Ohio. Okay, that's what the Democrats say, right? The people of Springfield, Ohio say that they were. I'm going to go with the people. They tell us that gangs from Venezuela are not taking over apartments in Aurora, Colorado. That's what the Democrats say. The people in Aurora, Colorado tell us otherwise. Matter of fact, the people show us the damn videos. We literally see the gangs walking in the buildings with weaponry. So the Democrats tell us it didn't happen. The citizens say it is happening. I'm going to go with the citizens. They told us that FEMA had all the money and was going to take care of everybody in Carolina. The people in Carolina said FEMA's not allowing them to get to the money and there are no resources. I'm going to go with the people. Black Americans been saying that when it comes to the Democratic establishment, they elevate everybody else above us. They benign neglect us. They don't give us reparations, tangibles, or simple resources. But yet the Democrats say that we're doing so great. I'm going to go with the people. And since I'm one of those people, foundational Black American, what I say goes. We don't trust the Democratic establishment. We don't rock with the Democratic Party, and the Democratic plantation is going to the ground. And when it goes to the ground, certified salute to Janet Jackson's brother, Michael Jackson. We gonna moonwalk on it. That part. Speaking of how you get talked to, let's trust our eyes. We want to trust our eyes? Okay, let's trust our eyes. It's called capping. That's what they do. They cap, they lie, they front, they flash. Let's talk about what we see with our own eyes. I want y'all to see how people get spoke to. Let's talk about the difference between how Obama talks to Black folks, and let's talk about how Donald Trump talks to Black folks. I know they don't want to hear this. I know they get upset. I know they say, you don't need to be trusting Donald Trump. You ain't got to trust Donald Trump, but you can easily look that what you see is Trump talking better to black folks than Barack Obama.
You're thinking about sitting down or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is, putting women down. That's not acceptable.
That's unacceptable. Finger wagging right there, y'all. Okay? Unacceptable, finger wagging, and he just called black Americans misogynistic. Right there to our face, family. He's telling black folks that we are misogynistic. Black men. He's not even asking if you are. He's saying, how dare you? You better not. If you do, I'm going to come back there and I'm going to crack you with this damn whip. That's what he just told black folks. That's how he speaks to black Americans. And this is why we've been saying that's a lot different from this right here.
Man, I love black men. I love them. I love them. I have gone through the roof with black men. Black men. Man, I love black men. I love them. I love them. I have gone through the roof with black men. Black men.
Okay. Now, boy, y'all should have seen how mad it was with me when I posted that. Oh, I'm an antagonistic person when it comes to political. All right. When I see Mayo, Miracle Whip, Democrat, Republican, oh yeah, I'm feeling all the fire. I'm gonna go ahead and make that something serious. Here's the thing. They were like, Donald Trump don't care. That don't mean that he really cares about black folks. He ain't got to. I'm saying that he cares and he focuses on them more than Obama does. I'm not sitting here trying to say he's a friend. We're gonna go out, we're gonna hang out. I can give a damn about any of that because I'm not here for emotion any goddamn way. I'm here for business. I'm here for policy, which means when I go to the table to do a negotiation, I need to be going to somebody that I can negotiate with. Who do you want to negotiate with? I love black men. I go through the roof for black men. Or that's unacceptable. You better not. You better go vote for her. You misogynistic brother, right? Which one? All right. It's simple mathematics up in here, y'all. All you got to do is go to the individual that you feel your business is going to go further with, because this is business. I know black folks been thinking for 60 years, all the James Clyburn, who's 2,027 years old. I know for a fact Kamala got her collard greens in somebody else's bathtub. I get it. They've been focusing on emotion for the longest. We're not. The emotion days politically are over for black Americans. We are on business. We're standing on business. Ain't that the motto? Ain't that what everybody says? Nowadays, everybody says we're doing what? We standing on business. Family, there's a difference between standing on business and standing on the plantation. Standing on the plantation means you're doing what the Democratic master tells you to do. Standing on business means you do whatever you want to do. Now, you make the decision which side you want to be on. We already know what side we're on. We're on the side that's going to get us tangibles, reparations, policies, resources. If somebody's not on that type of time, then they can't be on our type of time. It's simple. That's politics 101. So I'd rather go further with Donald Trump than with Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris. And that's what the average black American is saying. And they're saying it either by they're going to go vote for Trump or they're going to vote for the couch. Because in a lot of ways, family, if you do vote for the couch, that's going to hurt Kamala anyway. So technically the couch is vote against blue no matter who. And that's what it is. So either way, there's only three options. Two of them hurt the Democrats. Vote Trump, vote couch. Either way, Kamala's going to be on her couch. And speaking of couches, family, we actually have couches. And we actually have hairlines. And we have, nice sized foreheads. There was something very funny about that Obama video. Wasn't it funny? Did y'all notice this, family? It was real funny style. Y'all know it wouldn't be Democratic cosplaying unless the Democrats out of nowhere gave us some tethers, right? Some tethers. You know a tether got to be in the mix somewhere, family. You know, tethers be ducking behind trees. You go take the trash out, they looking over the damn dumpster, all right? You walk down the street, they looking behind the mailbox. Tethers are everywhere. So a lot of brothers and sisters was looking at that Obama speech, and we were already roasting Obama so much, a lot of folks wasn't even looking behind him, all right? We were just saying, who are you talking to? Hell no. We were G-checking Obama so bad, we weren't even really focusing on who he was talking to. Some of the investigation that we've been kind of seeing, absolutely, Obama's one of them. You ain't never told no lie. You ain't never told no lie. Yep. So what I always say, tethers of a feather flock together. So is it really surprising, y'all, that if you seen a tether next to Obama, considering Obama's one, considering Kamala's one, is it really surprising that behind that, you're seeing this? I'm not saying nothing. This on y'all. I need y'all to go ahead. Y'all let me know right now. What hemisphere is that forehead from? Okay? Black Alpha, I've said enough. I've made my decision clear. Y'all know where I stand on all of this. Please let me know where that forehead resides at. Give me the address on that one. That hairline looks like it goes back to the Senegal. All right? That hairline looks like it's somewhere between Zimbabwe and Ethiopia. All right? That right there is not a foundational Black American. You know why, family? It's because Obama know damn well he couldn't have came and talked to us, not in this generation like that. Were they cosplaying out there, y'all? Were they? Were they really out there cosplaying, and were they really out there thinking that, you know, we need to have Obama scold some folks, but we can't really do it with Black Americans? No, it'd be better off if we got some tethers in there and allowed the tethers to do that. That seems like is what it really was. Family, Zimbabwe. Oh, you damn right. I'm so sorry, y'all. Y'all know what? You absolutely right. I love the chat. Thank you. Whenever Alpha slips up, y'all got my back. Y'all, this is for you in the chat. Whenever you see one of them hairlines, you see this. Mr. Mutombo has been spotted. We seize you, Mr. Mutombo. You was in the back right there. Oh, I'm sorry. Them is not no FBAs, y'all. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Y'all got me in here rolling. Yes. Y'all is funny as hell. Damn, y'all need to stop. Facts, family. That tether alert is alerting, all right? We done put up the damn tether bat signal. And everybody sees right there, them is not no FBAs. No, that is not at all. I don't know who they thought they was fooling with that one. If you couldn't get somebody that looked halfway Black American, please, family, because that right there is not going to cut it. You know damn well they told Obama, we need you to go on out there and you need to go talk reckless to a bunch of people. And then they said, okay, but, you know, Black Americans in this generation, they not really falling for that no more. I can't talk to them crazy. They said, well, I got the perfect thing that you can do. He said, what's that? They said, call up your tether friends, your cousins. It's probably his cousins. They said, call up your tether cousins, have them come on through. And when your tether cousins get here, then we can have a nice conversation about why Black folks need to do better. And guess what they'll do? Obama said what? He said, they'll sit there and they'll sit back and they'll relax. And then they'll just go ahead and they'll take what you say. Family, you know what I know. We all know the same thing. There ain't no possible way that he would have felt comfortable talking to no Black men, a room full of them. You know damn well he wasn't going to talk to no room full of Black men the way he's sitting there talking to them folks. You know damn well. Tethers make them comfortable, all right? First off, he's very comfortable around tethers, like we said, because that is his lineage. But even more to that, family, he's very, very, very comfortable because he knows there won't be no pushback. Ain't nobody going to say nothing. Ain't nobody going to go and say, hold up now. So Obama did exactly what we thought he was going to do. Obama said, I am going to make sure that I say that around a bunch of people who ain't going to challenge me back. Because he can't say that around no real brothers. And think about that, family. That tell you everything you need to know about him, right? He just said brothers in a room full of tethers. There's a difference between a brother and a tether. Oh, excuse me. A brother and a tether. There's a big difference, family. And those were no FBAs. So let's get this straight then, family. Let's go to the cosplaying, y'all. In the last week, the Democrats sent out Obama to herd us all back up and to go to the plantation. Number two, they sent out the tethers to provide tether support, because that's what that was, family. That was tether support. You notice, family, they were behind him, right? Like a bodyguard, right? They were his tether guard. That was a tether guard. They were tether guarding him and making sure there wasn't no real brothers in that room. Obama knew better. Obama would never come in there and talk to a room full of foundational Black Americans. You think he'd talk like that to some brothers from St. Louis? Nope. You think he'd talk to any brothers from LA like that? Nope. Ohio? Nope. Georgia? Nope. Detroit? Nope. You think he'd talk to anybody from Alabama like that? Nope. He may do it on a teleprompter from another place, but he'll never come and talk to real folks like that. So what did he end up doing? He got his tether guards. He said a bunch of stuff. He got G-checked. After that, immediately, they sent out Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris had to come and do some type of damage control because family, brothers and sisters, I seen just as many videos from Black American women. This is how I know we're on code. This is how I know we're stronger than ever. I seen just as many videos from certified foundational Black American women that were checking Obama, saying, oh, you ain't gonna talk to Black men that way. You ain't gonna talk to our brothers that goddamn way. You may try to say that they're your brother, but they not. So Black women were checking him. Black men were checking him. He was collectively getting roasted. You ain't heard from him since. He went back to Martha's Vineyard or wherever the hell he lives. You feel me? And then next thing you know, Kamala Harris said, oh, we got to clean that up. Let's go on a Black man PR, a Black man damage control tour. So she goes to Roland Martin, 30-minute interview, trash. She goes on the Shade Room, trash. Says the same exact thing. Charlemagne, trash. Didn't move any needles. Now what? She went everywhere else and didn't accomplish anything. Doesn't that go to show you right then and there, family, that it's been mistake, mess up, regulate, G-check, all of the above. So Obama came out, talked reckless, got exposed. Kamala tried to come in damage control and clean that up. She got exposed. They sent out the tethers. They got exposed. The Democratic shields got exposed. What do they have left in the Democratic Party, y'all? They did everything. Obama was their last step. Obama was the last one. Obama didn't even want to come out. You know why Obama didn't want to come out, y'all? Because Obama's been in his house. Because deep down inside, he don't even like Kamala because he wants to be in that position. So guess what? He said, okay, I'll do it. And then they didn't get the results they wanted. No. So he ran home. Trust me, Kamala Harris is mad. She's saying, Obama, you came out. You're supposed to have the power. You're supposed to check these Black folks. He said, I'm sorry. I can't check them no more. It's the reparations generation. Them FBA don't play. And then she said, well, goddamn it, let me see if I can do it. Nope. Guess can't. Nope. So guess what? It's all across the board. Speaking of tethers, y'all, I think y'all seen this before. It's for my brothers and sisters who haven't. This is why the tethers are afraid, y'all. I'm going to show you why they're afraid. Right here. Let's go there. The tethers are afraid right now, y'all, because remember, she ran to Roland Martin, tether, Shade Room, full of tethers. Yep. So you already see they were running to the tethers. Think about it, family. Roland Martin, the Shade Room, Barack Obama, and Kamala. Those are all tethers that they ran to push a Black American man agenda. So they're trying to push our agenda through tethers. This is why tethers have been afraid. This is why Obama had to have his tether back up when he gave that little speech, because they know that if Donald Trump wins, their cousins are not coming and they going home.
If Trump becomes president this year, immigrants are in a lot of trouble, in a big trouble, because he said he's going to round up all illegal immigrants in the U.S. and put them in detention camps that are built by the military with diverted military funds. Everyone who is undocumented violate everyone's due process rights, everyone's constitutional rights by deporting them without a hearing. He is also going to end the birthright citizenship and the DACA program, also the TPS. He also said anyone with undesirable attributes will not be eligible for a green card or a visa, whatever that means. So if you are undocumented in this country, please legalize yourself if you can. Get that green card, double, triple, quadruple your efforts in getting it, because anything can happen. Protect yourself, because Trump has a 6-3 majority in the Supreme Court. Please share this information to whoever you think needs to hear this or see this. Thank you.
Oh, you welcome. You damn welcome, homie girl. You absolutely. Trump will be in office and family go home. Family not here no more because Trump came. Trump and those damn FBAs that we talk dirty about in Twitter spaces and when we're driving our Uber, They do not want us here, and they built this country, so we have to leave. You damn right. Or what they say, you damn Skippy. Absolutely. Notice everything that she was saying, family. She was scared, wasn't it? That right there is a sentiment of all the tethers right now in America, y'all. They're absolutely positively afraid. Notice she was saying a bunch of things that were law-breaking. You know what I'm saying? She was literally talking about it like it's wrong. Like, well, if we do this and if we do that, then this may happen. Yeah, because you broke the law. And if you break the law, those things happen. That's exactly what goes on if you break the law, Mrs. Mutombo. I know that tethers and fleers, they think they're just going to break international law and they think they're going to break the law of the United States of America and the Constitution. I know it doesn't mean anything to you because Tether Obama and Tether Kamala, they opened the borders for you to come on in. But guess what? Black Americans, they know that's a law that's broken. And no matter what the sanctuary city people tell you, you going home. And family is getting closer and closer and closer. How long have we been talking about immigration? How long we've been talking about them keeping those borders open and elevating everybody? Family, if Kamala loses, Donald Trump wins, you're going to see these tethers in complete meltdown. The Democratic shields, you think they in meltdown already. Wait till you see the tethers. And let's be real, half the damn Democratic shields, they're tethers too. So you're going to see a double meltdown. The tethers and the shields. They are going to be falling out all over the damn place. You're going to have to step over them because they're going to be spread out everywhere. And guess what? That's a good thing. Have y'all heard about the Alien Enemies Act? Have you heard about that? Let me tell you something. As Kamala Harris makes excuses about what she cannot do about the border, Donald Trump has a clear plan about immigration. And it's not just his campaign speeches. We're going to go there. We're about to break it down right here, y'all. Donald Trump has a clear plan about how he's going to institute sending all of them home. You know, the ones who come into our communities at like 70, 80%, the ones that take our jobs from us. Donald Trump has a plan, a real one. Kamala Harris doesn't. I want you to think about what Kamala Harris says about the border. Kamala Harris talks about the border like she can't do nothing. Let's dispel the myth, y'all. Let's debunk this. This notion that Kamala and Joe Biden just can't figure out how to handle the border. The border is not an issue that cannot be solved. The border can be solved very easily with an executive order and all types of laws that you can enact. But the Democrats, they actually talk down on ICE. They tell people how to get away from ICE. And the Democrats also tell people you can go to a sanctuary city. What did we already tell you a sanctuary city is? Sanctuary city means harboring a fugitive. A fugitive means a criminal. So in essence, the Democrats, they harbor fugitives and they break the law. That's the Democrats. How would they ever do anything about immigration? Notice, when she went to all of those black men, nobody ever asked her about immigration. Nobody asked her about immigration. She's been ducking and dodging the immigration question all day long. The one time she actually had to answer it, she couldn't make it through. The guy from 60 Minutes, he was like, no. Tell me again, what are you going to do about the border? She's like, I don't know what. Well, I was a DA and I went against people in California. That ain't the question. What are you going to do about the border? Well, you know, the border is a very complex issue. No, it's not, y'all. The border is not a complex issue. The border is very simple and it could be closed tonight if they wanted to. So you have one party that wants to close the border. You have the other party that's saying we're shutting it down. Black Americans benefit from shutting it down. Politics are benefits that belong to us. So guess what? A lot of brothers are saying, Trump, come on down. Watch this right here. Donald Trump says that he's going to institute the Alien Enemies Act of the 1700s. Oh, it's real. Family. My certifieds. It's getting real in America, y'all. This is crunch time. You ever watch a boxing match, family, and it's a close fight, and now you get into the 10th, 11th to 12 rounds? They call that the championship rounds. These are the championship rounds. You ever watch a football game, and it's tied, and it's going into the fourth quarter? This is what it is. 2 minutes left in the basketball game. This is where we are. This is it. This is the dance. We are right before the election. So many things are weighed on this election. But the beautiful part about it is, y'all, look at the news. Everybody's been talking about us for 2 months straight. We are the front line. We're not in the back. We're on the front line of this election. Watch this right here. Donald Trump told everybody what he's about to do. He is about to institute this law that he's going to enact it. And it's a law that's already on the books. And this law is going to make it clear that all of them folks are going home. They're going home, and they're going home quick, fast, in a hurry, and there ain't a damn thing they can do about it. It's real. A lot of people hear Donald Trump say, we're going to carry out the biggest mass deportation in history of America? He's not lying. He's not lying. And that's that question, family, that W dude called in. And he said, Trump said that he's going to enact this law. Yep, you damn right he did. Watch this, y'all. This is for the family right here. This is what Donald Trump said he's going to enact, and he's going to enact it immediately. Watch this, family.
Cut them up into little pieces, both of them.
Here we go. Proceed.
Died. They didn't want to use a gun because a gun's not painful enough. These are animals. I will invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 to target and dismantle every migrant criminal network operating on American soil. And we will call it Operation Aurora. That's what we're going to, in honor of the people that have suffered in Aurora at the hands of this horrible gang, Operation Aurora. And if they come back into our country after, we're going to throw them out so far you wouldn't believe it. But if they come back into our country, it's an automatic 10 years in jail with no possibility of parole. 10 years. And if that doesn't work, it'll be 20 years. And if that doesn't work, I guess it's going to be the death penalty, right? The death penalty. And I'm hereby calling for the death penalty for any migrant that kills an American citizen or law enforcement officer. Death penalty.
Damn. Did I not just tell y'all it done got real in the United States of America? How y'all feel about the Alien Enemies Act? Please, I got y'all. We 1.4 thousand people in here. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the Black Alpha Network, family. It gets no better than this. The best show in the world. I need 100s in the chat if you support the Alien Enemies Act. I need to see some 100s in the chat. Please let me know where you're at. If you feel that the Alien Enemies Act, the Enemy Alien Act, please let me know that it's solid by putting some 100s in the chat, family. That's what I want to see. We're going to go ahead and do our own polls over here. We're going to see where it's really at, what it's really hitting for. Do you support this policy by Donald Trump? I need to know. The people have damn spoken. Y'all done spoken real good. Certified salute to my brother Gene. What up? 100s in the chat. There they go. There they go. There they go. Look at that. Yeah. It's hard out here for some tethers. Oh, no. This man wasn't playing. This man ain't joking around. Let's go.
Of this horrible gang, Operation Aurora. And if they come back into our country after, we're going to throw them out so far you wouldn't believe it. But if they come back into our country, it's an automatic 10 years in jail with no possibility of parole. 10 years. And if that doesn't work, it'll be 20 years. And if that doesn't work, I guess it's going to be the death penalty, right? The death penalty. And I'm hereby calling for the death penalty for any migrant that kills an American citizen or law enforcement officer. Death penalty. It's time. Cut them up into little pieces, both of them.
Tell it how it is. Tell it how it is, family. Ain't nobody playing out here in these streets, y'all. Ain't nobody playing out here in these streets. Never, not at all. Man, that's funny as hell. I'm sorry, Trump is funny. There you go. But I'm saying, though, I thought that you couldn't, hold on 1 second to the family. There they go. I'm saying I thought you couldn't do nothing about the border. I thought the border was such a complex issue that we just can't wrap our minds around it. I thought the border was something that was just out of their control. That's what I thought. Donald Trump is instituting an act from the 1700s that's still on the book. That's somebody that's serious about wanting to close the border. That's somebody that takes this border issue very serious, as does the majority of Americans. Everybody wants to talk about America. They want to talk about how we as people are. Well, we as people across all spectrums of society view immigration as the number one issue. All right. That is something that the average American feels true. The Democrats don't even give a damn about it. They want you to forget about immigration so they can open them borders and they can bring in all their friends. Donald Trump, he wants to close the border so much, he going back to the 1700s and instituting a law and act. That's what you call getting it done. So what you have is the choice is clear. You got a party that wants to tell you right to your face that what you just saw with immigrants taking over buildings, with immigrant gangs, immigrants that are harming people, getting EBT cards and everything else for free is not happening. They want to tell you, do not believe what you just saw. They want to tell you it's misinformation if you see a bunch of migrant gangs. And then you have the other guy who's telling you, we see it, we gonna get them out the country. The choice is clear. The choice is clear, and it's right there on the damn table, y'all. So I'm all for this Immigration Act or Alien Enemies Act, whatever you want to call it. But let me tell you who's not, y'all. Let me show y'all. Oh, they mad. They mad out here, y'all. They mad at this. They very mad. Look at this right here. They mad. You got Brad is mad. Watch this right here, y'all. They're trying to stop it.
The Alien Enemies Act of 1798. Think of that.
The Alien Enemies Act of 1798 is a wartime authority that can also be implemented in peaceful times as well, that basically gives the president permission to target immigrants of legal status, illegal status, doesn't matter, solely based on their country of birth or citizenship. So if you have a dual citizenship or you're here on a visa, it has only been invoked 3 times in our history: the War of 1812, World War I, and World War II, and it is best known for its role in the Japanese internment, for which the United States has apologized for. This act in itself is, I think, a huge abuse of power, but the way that Trump would implement it would be horrific, I believe. There's a reason that he always overcounts the amount of illegal immigrants in our country by double.
No, he doesn't. No. They undercut it by double. Listen to this man lying, family. This is your typical liberal who wants to bring in everybody else. Just tell us, Brad, you want to bring in all those illegals, not because you care about them. It's because you can elevate them above black folks. Because when they get here, they do all the heavy lifting for you. They'll do your roof. They'll do your floor. They'll lay down some tile, and they'll say, yes, sir, we'll take it. Go home. Let's be real. You are a supremacist immigrationist. And you want to bring them people in, and it scares you the fact that you're not going to have all those people to replace the people that talk back to you. FBA.
Overcounts the amount of illegal immigrants in our country by double or more every time, because he's counting a lot of legal immigrants or people who are here on visas or some sort of special status. Now, this is not in his Agenda 47. It's not in his platform. It's not even technically in Project 2025, although Project 2025 does talk about revoking visas. And
family, you know why that act is not in Project 2025? Because Project 2025 is not a Donald Trump act. Listen to him. I always tell you, family, if you listen to them, they will expose themselves. The same way we heard Kamala Harris earlier, and she was exposing herself and contradicting herself. Same way this guy is. They expose themselves by contradiction. He's sitting here saying, you don't even see this in Project 2025. Yeah, you know why? It's because Project 2025 is not a Donald Trump policy. So they're telling you that it's not a Donald Trump policy based on the fact that what Donald Trump is saying on the campaign trail ain't adding up to what's in Project 2025.
And special protections, stuff like that. These are not just empty talking points. Like, Trump did not just pull this act out of thin air. Like, this is not just a talking point for him. This is something that his team is planning. And anyone still saying that Trump and Kamala would be the same or they're not different enough to matter is just mind-boggling to me. The existential dread of what another Trump presidency would look like is really setting in. I just...
Damn, is he hurt? Family, is this man hurt right there, y'all? Look at this man right here. Look at that whole freeze. Donald Trump actually winning is starting to set in. Look at him. He looks like he about to cry. Look at him. Brad is upset right now. Brad don't know what to do. Look how he's looking down, y'all.
Trump and Kamala would be the same or they're not different enough to matter. It's just mind-boggling to me. The existential dread of what another Trump presidency would look like is really setting in.
Right there, freeze frame, freeze frame. That tells you every single thing that you need to know about immigration right there, y'all. That right there. If immigration and the Alien Enemies Act has them looking like that right there, then that tells you automatically, family, that it's a good thing. That tells you automatically that it's working. That tells you automatically that we need to go ahead and support that damn law. Whether you vote for him or not, that law is supported. That's all that matters. Look at this man right there. He don't know what to damn do. Why? It's because he knows it's going down. And when he says the dread of Donald Trump is starting to set in, what he really means is the poll numbers done came back and it's getting closer and closer to election day.
I don't think people are really fully grasping that.
No, we fully grasp it. You ain't gonna misinformation your way out of this one, Brad. No. You're not gonna misinformation your way out of this one. He's trying to say y'all don't fully grasp it and y'all just don't get it. No, we get it. And we know that they gonna get their bags and they gonna get the stepping. How about that? Since he say we don't get it. No, we get it absolutely, family. We get it so much that we know them bags is about to be packed and you about to be on your way. That's what we see, family. So people been calling it out, and that act is a good thing. And remember, family, Kamala loses, immigration goes down. That's just what it is. And this is why this election is so hot-bedded and it's such a turmoil election, because you're dealing with one person who wants to shut the borders down and the other people want to keep the borders open. You couldn't ever have more of a contrasting view of an actual political system. To be honest with you, a lot of the things that's been going on with Trump, y'all know what I'm talking about. A lot of those things have been because he's costing a lot of people trillions of dollars. Know that, y'all. Look at this right here. I want y'all to see this in the meantime, in between time. Look at this. This is what's been going on, and this is how we've been on the main stage about calling it all out.
August of last year to December of this year, they will spend $252 million on the migrants. $252 million. 17,000 migrants come into this city. And just in Chicago, if we just break that in half and they become families, you got 8,500 families. Hispanics have 3.5 children. I'm submitting to you, in one generation, just one generation, the black vote will be null. They will have an additional 24,000 people on the voting roll, along with the Hispanic population already here. They're playing chess, and you all are playing checkers. You are damning our youth, our next generation, to poverty by you all doing these political speeches. One generation, our youth, our vote will be null in all of these 6 sanctuary cities. And what are you going to do about that?
Look at that right there, y'all. Oh, no, remember, according to the Democrats, that's not even happening. According to the Democrats, let's just cackle our way through an interview. We're not done. Let's talk about the reality of immigration, y'all. No. Look at what's going on with the immigrants. These are real human beings talking about what's going on with immigration.
Who's supporting these migrants?
We are, because I work 12-hour shifts. I have to work for my money. I don't get anything free. I don't get to choose a $3,000 link card, or I don't get to buy a fancy car without working. You have to work hard for those things. So I think it's unfair. I think the migrants are bringing a lot of crime to the country. They're taking from the American people. They're taking from the American people. They're also selling drugs in our country. They're also snatching up young girls. They're doing a lot of things that are just not right.
Do they get prosecuted for any of their crimes?
No, they don't. They may lock 1 or 2 up, but they let them right back out. It's the same thing I saw. I don't live in Inglewood, but I saw something because I have to go in the area sometimes. And I saw how these migrants they're worse than the people here. They steal cars. It's a shame. It's awful. And I think it's invading our country.
And Brandon Johnson doesn't do anything to stop it?
Brandon Johnson is not worth a quarter. He's not worth a quarter. all he's doing is right now, because the DNC is here, he wants to make it look good. But clean the city up and keep it clean. Don't make it look good. Don't put a facade on for the people that's coming here. I don't think that's fair, and I don't think he should be have another term, period. I will never vote for him. Never.
There they go. There they go. There they go. There they go. That shows you right there, y'all. Right there off top. These are real people. Remember, y'all. Remember, Kamala Harris says that this is not happening. Kamala Harris says that that woman is not speaking her truth. Kamala Harris says this is not going on. Kamala Harris says every single thing out there that we have been calling out is not reality. That's what they say. That is her policy. Forget all them lies that she's talking about. That's her policy right there. And you know for a fact, family, they're trying to get these people to vote. I got into a debate with somebody not that long ago on one of the I think we did a live, a space. And the guy was trying to tell me that, no, man, I'm telling you right now, these folks, they're not allowed to vote. And we know damn well these folks are allowed to vote. We've seen it, y'all. We've seen it. You've seen it. We've all seen it. We know for a fact that's what they've been trying to do, is get these folks on the voter blocks. This is just what they've been doing for the longest amount of time. So you see them running around trying to say that these people, aren't allowed to vote. Look at this right here, though, family. Contraire. Something tells us the opposite of what they've been saying. We go to them. Let them talk. Watch this individual right here talk about how they have been pushed to vote. Yeah. What did the first brother say? He said they're trying to make them the voter block. That's what this is all about, y'all. It's about making them the voter block. The reason why Brad was sitting there so upset, he was talking about Donald Trump winning is about to set in. He's talking about because he knows the investment of bringing in migrants is going to start to backfire on them. Same way Obama talking reckless to us backfired. The same way every time Kamala Harris talks backfires. They understand that. So they're running around here trying to say that, no, they cannot vote. Watch this right here. You see all across the United States of America, they've been pushing to let these people vote. Do not vote for Kamala. Here's why. This right here is an actual illegal.
Voting for Kamala. Don't. And I'll tell you why. Okay. First and foremost, the immigration issue is a serious, serious issue. And you know why? Not because I hate immigrants. I'm an immigrant. Not because, it's terrible that people from South America and from all over the world cannot enter. No. Because if you have so many illegals, non-vetted people enter, you're going to notice it everywhere in the crime rate, lack of customer service. You have people coming from God knows where in the world who have never seen a toilet, let alone the standard of living in America. Then, secondly, you have people who have suffered because of some actions that America took in the world that hate America. Hate.
You know what hate America means, right? That means hate Black Americans. They don't hate Brad and Ken. No, because immigration is about proximity to them. This person's telling you that they know these people come here and they don't like Black Americans and they're put in our communities. We don't have to listen to the Democratic Shield. We don't have to listen to Roland. We can listen to these people right here and they're telling us what's happening. Remember, you trust your eyes, then you know what's really being said.
All those same people that, are gay and want liberty, and Kamala is for liberty. The same Kamala is going to let people in that if you're gay, want to kill you, want to unalive you. Stupid TikTok. I cannot even say what I want. It's very, very serious. You have people that come from war zones. You have people from... The reason why vetting is so important, I'll tell you why. It's not only important for us who are living here, it's also important for people coming. This is why. I can tell you the experience
why vetting is so important. It's funny when we say that, they got a problem with it. Look like everybody else want to vet these people too. Ain't it interesting?
I went through. We came from Europe. In order to enter United States through Catholic charities, we went through an 8-month vetting process. Health was examined. Classes, English second language for a length of time. Now, why was this good for us as well? Is because when we were done with all that and we passed, you had to have a university degree, all that. American government put us on a fast track to citizenship. Not only that, but paid for us to fly here from Europe, the
Really though?
whole family, and paid for our housing for 3 months, food and
Really though?
housing until we got on our feet. So this whole process we went through was beneficial to us as a family and to the American government. Now, imagine you come as an illegal. It's not easy on you. You have to hide, you have to maybe work undocumented for minimal wage, always be in fear. If you have kids, it's terrible.
No, let me tell you what it really is that you come over here and you get a handout and things that work for you. Family, the Democrats don't want to tell you this, all right? We have been the ones exposing it. I've been telling everybody all the time. Foundational Black Americans, we're the ones that made immigration the #1 issue. Let's be real. Donald Trump talked about building the wall. That all went away. Nobody was talking about building that wall. He's running right now. They don't even chant that like that. It was foundational Black Americans that made that something big. Every time you see somebody being dropped off into a community, because it's typically our communities, every time you see these EBT cards, it's a Black American who got their phone is recorded. We in the grassroots, I'm talking every one of y'all, we got 1.4 thousand people in here. We're the ones who made it the thing to call out this migration crisis, this migration invasion. That all is because of us. And we are also going to be the ones that push forward the legislation that get it stopped. That's what's happening. I got into it with a Democratic Shield on a live we did the other day, and I want to play this for you guys real quick. I don't know if everybody's seen it. I got the video up. It's in full. I want y'all to see how I roasted this Democratic Shield, because that's what I do. Slayer. I want y'all to see how I'm pressing him on the issues about the Democrats. Remember I said, if you trust your eyes, you'll never believe the Democrats. If you don't, you will. So basically, reality, where we all live, fantasy, where they live. Watch how when you start pressing them, they don't know what to do. They try to cut corners, misinformation, all that. I wasn't standing on none of the things that he was saying. I was standing on certified business. And I was going for what we were always going for. And that's the truth. Watch this right here, y'all. This is how you handle a Democratic Shield. Watch the way I get this guy completely out the paint to where he has a breakdown. Absolutely. Oh, and before I show y'all that, let me show y'all this. That right there is what they don't want to tell you about. That right there is what we have been talking about and why we want to close those damn borders. That right there is why I'm all for the Alien Enemies Act. Sign it up, sign it up, sign it up. That part, that damn part. Why we proceeding, y'all? 1.4. Let's go. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the Black Alpha Network. We got 1.4 thousand people. If you're in here right now, as we speak, hit that like button and subscribe. It takes 2 seconds. Subscribe. Come cook with the whole family. We got the best live chat. We hold it down all the time because we build it. And let me tell you something. It's getting closer to election day, and we've been roasting folks this whole election season right here. You don't get any type of energy like this right here anywhere else, family, because we've been putting it in. The live chat is literally going to be one of the reasons why Kamala loses. I mean that, because the energy that we put out and then we take out in the real world and then we come back here, it changes everything, y'all. So make sure you subscribe if you're here. If you ain't subscribed yet, make sure you do it before you roll out. Let's continue to go. Watch how I handle this Democratic Shield, y'all. This is the type of energy you get when you stand on FBA business. You rock with the Black Alpha Network. Watch this, y'all, how I start G-checking this guy. And he tries to tell us that Kamala Harris is such a great person. He tries to tell us that immigration's not a problem. And he tries to tell us we need to get over it. Black Alpha wasn't standing for that.
It has done just as well as it did under Trump and Pence. That's number one. Number two, we also have seen a record. We didn't see a recession, right? That was a big thing. We had a soft landing. The Federal Reserve is now pushing to bring their interest rates down, which is showing that the economy is doing relatively well. Today, we got numbers from the ISM services that they report every month. They came out higher than expected. ISM, for those who are not familiar with it, ISM shows how the economy is doing outside of manufacturing industry. So it was at 59 today. The expectations were at 51, showing that the economy is doing relatively well. The American consumer numbers are still pretty positive going into the Q4, which is where Christmas is, which is great because the economy should see a boost also from spending in Christmas. Unemployment is also very low right now, which is also great because when Biden took office, it was at a record high. He's leaving office in maybe about 90 days, I would say, and it's also now at a pretty low. We saw the lowest Black unemployment numbers there. We also saw an increase in wages take-home pay, we did not see the increase that we wanted to see. But when it came to wages, we did see that. We did see a higher increase in that, right? So that's all good. When it comes to the federal deficit, the trade deficit, the federal deficit was cut more under Biden than it was under Trump. Trump added $9 trillion to the federal deficit. Biden did more than any president in 4 years, right? Biden.
That's not true. 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 That's completely false. Absolutely. And by the way, all those intellectual people you be around, I'm one of them as well. And I got a whole family full of them. So I got a lot of sources as well. That's not true, the numbers that you're stating. And this is another Democratic shield talking point. They just throw out numbers. Family, remember, I'm always telling you guys, be very cautious of people who just throw numbers up in the air. 9.725 at a 3.6 on the left day on the weekend / Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, get to the point. Brothers, sisters, Black Americans are out here suffering and we're struggling. And the more I look at the whole country, people are out here. That sounds all nice. But when people cannot afford groceries, we don't care about the 0.65 deficit from 1952. All right. What we care about is something that should be costing $4, costing us $52. That's the problem in which Black Americans and all Americans are suffering from right now. That is a lot of word salad. So that's you sound like Kamala right now, just word salad. But you know what I'm saying? You're talking not a lot of it's making any sense. But I'm going to make the sense for you. The Democratic establishment as a whole, and particularly the Biden-Harris administration, they have set back so many things that were already put in place by not just Donald Trump, but you can even to a degree say Barack Obama. They went backwards from there. They have been one of the worst administrations that you've ever seen. And I just have a hard time wondering how Joe Biden did all of this, but Joe Biden isn't even old enough to remember where he's at. Joe Biden is on the beach right now in Delaware sleeping while people are down here suffering. I'm in Georgia and I just seen the hurricane occur. I don't care about your 6.2 decimal points, and half of that is lies anyway or incorrect math. And I'm an accountant. Okay. So all that intellectual stuff, we go there all the way there. Yes, I do. When you're talking about the Biden-Harris administration, what I see is Kamala Harris out here talking about giving people $750, and they just gave another couple billion to Ukraine. How about that? You hear them talking about giving people $750, and yet they're out here giving migrants and immigrants 5-star hotels and scooters, new cars. They're giving them debit cards. And have you seen all of the receipts where these migrants are coming in based on testimonies from cashiers who actually took them in? And you see that they're getting thousands of dollars on their EBT card. What about those numbers? Because you're giving us a bunch of numbers and the stock market went up and it went down. We all know that the stock market is exactly that. It goes up and it goes down. So you're not just going to take the stock market and say, well, you know, it went up for 3 weeks and that's all because of Biden. No. That's not how it works. And that's an old con game that people use in the political atmosphere where they point to a high rise in the actual stock market, which a lot of times has nothing to do with politics. It has a lot to do with the private sector and actual people who work on the stock market exchange. So that's another cap that we're exposing right here, right now. We go there. So when you start talking about money, how about all the money that's being sent out of this country? Does that not concern you? Does it not concern you that you sit there and you see the Ukrainian president come over here and every time he leaves with a bag by the billions? While again, Americans can't even go afford groceries. Okay. Baby formula ain't even at the stores right now. This is the reality. What I told y'all, if you see reality, you'll never vote for the Democratic Party. If you do not understand reality and you live in some offshoot fantasy land like apparently Mr. Park Avenue does, then you'll say all these Democratic talking points. The fact is, people care about their pocketbooks. They care about their families. They talk about what they're really dealing with in real time. Not a bunch of numbers from ABC, NBC, CBS, none of that. We're talking about real human beings living real human being experiences. And we can all tell without having to go down the Democratic Avenue that people are struggling, suffering, and it's not as good as it has been for the last 3 years as it was the 3 years prior to that. And that is undebatable and that is undisputable. Point blank. So back to it. I started talking about immigration and reparations, and you start talking about the stock market, and you start talking about domestic gross product. No. Answer the question about reparations for Black Americans, and I want you to go in. If you are saying what you say and you mean it about immigration being bad, don't spend 2 seconds on it and then go on this whole goddamn cheerleading thing for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. put the same amount of time, energy, and effort to criticizing their immigration plan and give me some real critical statements about how they failed America. And I want you to see if what you're saying adds up with everybody in this chat is seeing. So what you're saying and what we're seeing, I want to see if it adds up. Tell me about the immigration crisis and how that's literally crippling a lot of places, Chicago, New York. You're seeing it all through Texas. You're seeing it out in California. I don't know if you just missed those places, but those are real places in the United States of America, and the immigration crisis is happening. Matter of fact, do you know there's Latinos against illegal immigration? So let me guess, Latinos who are against illegal immigration, they're just making it up too, right? They just don't see it either. So you have Latinos who are against it. You have Black Americans who are against it. You got every single person in the United States of America that knows the problems with mass illegal immigration, except for you and the Democratic Party. I want you to talk about what's going on politically with immigration and how it drains resources. And if you dodge it, you jump around it, then that means that you are content with it and that you excuse it. The floor is yours. And also talk about reparations. Do you support reparations? Because I asked you that 3 times, very clear, and you didn't even get to it. You try to pivot all of us over here to the stock market, but I'm going to pivot your ass right on back to the question in which I asked, because Democrats don't dance around my questions. They got to answer them directly. Answer it directly. Illegal immigration, reparations, and an anti-Black American hate crime law. Those are the things that are important to us. We don't vote blue no matter who. We vote black, B-L-A-C-K. Now, the floor is yours. Answer those 3 questions directly. No tap dancing, no sliding, no moonwalking. Floor is yours.
Okay. So I 100% am behind reparations. The other day, I was talking on a Twitter space, and I had proposed the idea to start a super PAC, get everybody here, each person in all the different states, the same way that AIPAC does it. AIPAC, the Jewish lobbyist group, they have a super PAC, and they assign 2 people to each representative in the U.S. Congress. We need to do that with reparations. That's the only way I see a foreseeable future for reparations. I don't see a future where reparations can become law from just talking about it on a Twitter space. I don't think that AIPAC spends their time talking about Jewish causes on Twitter space.
Stop. I got to stop you real quick because that's disingenuous. And I'm sorry to have to interrupt you, but I can't stand. Brothers and sisters in California actually got together and came up with a real comprehensive reparations packet, and it was by the Black Caucus Democrats in California, including Gavin Newsom. Did you miss that too, Mr. Democrat man? Did that not come across your timeline? It seems like illegal immigration, result of the Democrats, reparations bills, result of the Democrats, inflation, can't buy nothing at the grocery store, all results of the Democrats. You seem to have a blind spot for all of that, but you got X-ray vision for Mike Pence and Donald Trump and Joy Reid and MSNBC. Seems like you only see things that the Democrats put on the table, but you don't see these things. We don't have to do no damn AIPAC representative. We don't have to do what the Jews do. We have put together plenty of reparation studies, and we've conquered them, and then we present the results, and then they destroy them. So did you not see what's going on in California? Family, everybody listening to this right now. Do not allow these people, these Democratic shields, to tell us that we just don't really have our business together. We have our business together. We are thorough. All across the 50 states, brothers and sisters have been putting together reparations plans to the dollar, to the cents. And it doesn't matter what we put together, because whenever we present it, they just come up with an excuse to kill it. Remember, they'll create a bill to kill the bill just to say they tried to sign the bill. Remember that. That's the Democratic policy, all right? They'll come up with something fake just so they can kill it, and then they can say, well, we tried. HR 40, same thing. So when brothers and sisters got rid of that, and we said, no, that ain't good enough. We're going to come up with something a little more modern, something that is really reflective of the people. The Democrats got scared and they ran for it. And then next thing you know, when we put it on the table, the Democrats said, well, we can't really do it because the decimal point, 652,910, the stuff you're talking about, all that throwing numbers in the sky. All right. Everything hollow, nothing solid. We have our business together clearly. And we're not out here on Twitter spaces talking reparations. I've been to plenty reparations hearings all throughout the United States of America, as well as all my brothers and sisters here right now. So it's very disingenuous. And quite frankly, it's very, very whack to tell us that we just don't have our business together and we need to do it the right way. We've done it the right way. Brothers and sisters protest, the Democrats deny reparations. Brothers and sisters said, okay, we're not going to protest. We're going to put some suits on. We're going to go in here to the business table and negotiate. Then the Democrats still kill the bills. So acknowledge the fact that no matter what Black Americans do, the Democratic Party is resistant to reparations. Now, you tell us that the Democratic Party is who we need to vote for, and that's what you said. The Democrats are who we need to vote for, but why would we vote for a party that no matter what we present and no matter how high class of fashion that we present it to them, they still kill the bill? What it looks like is that they're anti-Black and they don't want to get caught. What it looks like is that they're oppositions to Black Americans and they don't want to get caught. What it looks like is they'll say any goddamn thing to get us to go vote. But when it comes down to us getting something for the vote, then they're the first ones to put a blockade in front of it.
Checkmate, 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 all the way across the board, y'all. There they go, there they go, there they go. That's all the way up, fam. You check it out. It's FBA versus Tethers and Democrats. Basically what we broke down right here in this space today or on this show today, family. That's what it was. Dude was trying to get real slick, real sassy, right? He thought he had one. He comes in talking that Democratic stuff. He thought I wasn't going to expose him as a Democratic shield. It's a very good one. We went, or shall I say, I was serving him up for about, 30, 40 minutes, family. It was completely light work, you know what I'm saying? Like a part-time job. He know what time it is. And he completely got exposed. And what I was doing, I wasn't allowing him to do all the pivots and all the back talk misinformation. He kept talking about how smart he was. I said, I'm smarter. He kept talking about how smooth he was. He said, I got it like this. I said, no, you don't. We here. And that's what it is, family. But everything I said, I want to prove a point by that. Let me show y'all what we mean when we say that these folks is running out of business. Kamala Harris is afraid right now. Kamala Harris put out a Black man agenda that's really all lives matter because Black men ain't rocking with her. The Black American sister, certified sisters ain't rocking with her. And we got the numbers to prove it. Everything we say, we got facts. We're not the Democrats. The Democrats say things they can't prove. We can prove them. Look at these numbers right here, y'all. This is the most damning thing. This right here, what I'm fixing to show you, this is what Black American excellence looks like. Let's go there, y'all. Obama, 2012, he had 79 plus. Okay, these are the exit polls and the Pew polls, family. Obama in 2012, Clinton in 2016, Biden in 2020, and Harris right now. Look at it right now, y'all. Black men plus 79, Clinton plus 69, Biden plus 60, Kamala Harris plus 52. That's Black men. Let's go to our sisters. They talk all this talk, and they've been hiding. Y'all notice that, y'all. They have not really wanted to bring up our Black American women. We're going to talk about our sisters right here, right now. Whoa. We're going to talk about our sisters right now. We're going to give some love to our foundational Black American sisters. Y'all notice right now, the people that they've been talking about the longest are the people they're the most quiet about, right? Notice this, y'all. Every election, they can't quit talking about Black American women. They talk about Black American women every single election all the time. Win with Black girls, Black girl magic. They go get Taraji P. Henson and Megan Thee Stallion. It's funny that every single election, they go put those counterfeit women in front of our real certified women, and they talk about it all day. You know we winning right now because the Democrats ain't even talking about Black American women. Why wouldn't the Democrats want to not talk about Black American women? What would be the main thing that would stop the Democrats from being hush-hush about our sisters? I'm going to tell you why. It's because our sisters ain't voting for Kamala Harris. You don't go from talking about Black American women all the time. You don't go from Black Girl Magic, get your booty to the polls where they had strippers, to out of nowhere, you don't even want to mention foundational Black American women. You notice that? I never thought I'd see the day where the Democratic establishment is talking about Black men, but they're real hush-hush and quiet about sisters. It's like the million-pound elephant in the room right now. They don't want to bring it up. You know why? It's because if you bring up Black American women, It's going to get exposed publicly that Black American women have canceled your ass. That's why you don't want to bring up our sisters. Yeah, this is the type of time we on. Let's go there, y'all. Let's go back to that. Look at that screen. Look at the numbers with our Black American women. I want y'all to see where it is with what we talking about. Look at the numbers that she's polling with Black American women. No one wants to talk about that. 93 Obama, 90 Clinton, 81 Biden, 77 with Kamala Harris. Black American women ain't going for this whole thing that you out here talking about. You a Black woman. One thing you will never do in your life is talk about you a Black American woman when you ain't one. If there's ever been something somewhere, anywhere that you can come up with to lie and then you try it, oh, Black American women gonna run you out the paint. Yeah, Black American women are too strong, too beautiful to ever cosplay. It just can't happen. You're going to look very foolish, and that's what's happening with these numbers right now. Our sisters are out here. You absolutely right. I believe it's lower than 77. I see you in there, sister. You absolutely, positively, 100% correct. Sisters are voting probably at a lower level than that. Election day is going to come, family, and then you're going to see all those FBA victories. You're going to see that foundational Black Americans showed up even less than what they thought. They can put anybody, any propaganda in front of you. When you see those numbers right here, oh, it's a wrap. Decline, decline, decline. So right now, as they're talking about Black American men, we're going to show some real love and put some real spotlight on our Black American women because they're not going for Kamala. Never, not at all. And we've got every single receipt, family, that proves it. They are losing the sisters left and right because what do, y'all? We move together. We are right now the generation that is doing what we need to do the most. We are the generation that is shining better than ever, and we're putting out a good example. What is that example? That example is that we move as a collective unit. We move as a family. We move together as one. If they do not believe us, go ahead and look at them numbers right there. Go ahead and enjoy those numbers. And we got evidence, we got facts to prove it, y'all. Yeah, they want to talk that talk. We're going to go ahead and show them. We're going to show them, family. Yeah, foundational Black Americans, we in the building.
If you don't vote in this election or you vote the wrong way and you're Black, you deserve everything that you don't get. You deserve being overlooked for that job opportunity. You deserve getting pulled over driving while Black. You deserve racial inequality. You deserve having to have a job with a non-livable wage. You deserve the fact that you're going to have student loan debt for the next 25 years. You deserve not being able to buy a house and build generational wealth. Some of y'all are just embarrassing. And I'm not talking about embarrassing to yourselves. You're embarrassing to your ancestors. You're embarrassing to all of the barriers that were broken before you even thought about existing on this planet Earth. Y'all are embarrassing to your children and to your grandchildren that you've not even met yet. It is disgusting. Having a literacy test has got to be put back on the table because y'all done messed it up for everybody.
You see that energy right there, y'all? Okay. No, we got some. Out with the old, in with the new, right? Okay. You can boule all you want, but we going to have a response for that every day of the goddamn week. Watch this.
So I want all my Black men who sees this video to go on over there to Kamala Harris's website and see what she has added up there, supposedly geared towards Black men. But if you ask me, it ain't gonna work, boo. It ain't gonna work. Because you've been cosplaying like you were Black and you thought that's all you had to do. Because really, Kamala, you are against us and you don't think that we deserve anything after what Democrats have been doing to us for the last 100 years. You all think that you can just take us for granted and treat us any kind of way like we're not human. That's what y'all think, that we're still in chattel slavery. But we're not. Burn down our towns, still lynching our men, flooded our neighborhoods, poor education. We're still paying these high damn taxes to live here in America on our own damn land. And you think you can just throw a couple of goodies out there that's not even that good to our men to get them to vote for you all to keep Democrats in office? Black men, don't do it. God, he has the last say, and he's rousing you all up for a reason. And it's not to go over there and join hands with the devil herself. You see, they had to bring out Barack Obama, and we had to send his ass back home to Martha's Vineyard packing. So go on over there to Kamala Harris's website and read some of the things that she has listed. Definitely talking about some legalizing marijuana. She can go to hell with that. What does she think, that we just like to get high? See, that's what I'm telling y'all. These people don't care about black people, black families, black men, black women, and our children. They have told us over and over again that they just want our vote to keep them in power over us, keep their foot on our neck. Don't fall for a black man.
That's the real energy right there. So when you see Clyburn come out and he talk for black men, then you see a real black man. Then you see one of the Democratic shields. I just believe that y'all is embarrassing. Then you see that real sister right there. Let me tell you, those other two, those are out. Who's in right now is us. That's the difference. Remember, y'all, a couple years ago, only the bad ones would be on television. Only the bad ones would be seen. Right now, you see it. I'm going to tell you, that sister, if you're listening or you out there, certified salute to you, sister. Please contact me because there's nothing but love. I love the way you speak. I love the way you talk. Your energy reminds me of my family, and that's that real foundational Black American energy. I love it. And notice, family, there were a bunch more of that, and they were all putting it down. So you seen the two different sides, right? You seen the one that's talking in a completely down level to us, and then you see the other ones who's speaking real. But let me show you what the policies and the polls are saying. These folks can say whatever they want to say. They can run as far as they can run, but it's all going to come back down to this right here on election day, because this is the way we're going to win it, family. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Certified salute to all my foundational Black American sisters. Certified salute to all my foundational Black American brothers. Fair use, fair use, fair use. This is about teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Watch this, family. This is where it's at. Democrats margin, black men, and proceed.
In presidential elections, you go back to November of 2012. What do you see? You see Obama by 81. Clinton only won him by 63. Then we're all the way down to Biden last time around by 53. A tremendous drop already. And then you take a look at the average of the most recent polls, and Kamala Harris is up by only 41 points. That is about half the margin that Obama won them by back in November of 2012. And this, I think, is, when Barack Obama goes in last week when he was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, essentially talking to young black men, he made it seem like it was a Kamala Harris specific problem. This is part of a long-standing trend of young black men moving away from the Democratic Party, and Kamala Harris is just the latest to face that magnitude of younger black men going towards Republicans.
That was what's most interesting here is the trend line and where some of the biggest drops happen or already happen in this case. How about black men overall?
How about black men overall? It's part of the same picture. We're looking once again, if younger black men, it looks like the worst Democratic performance since 1960, since JFK versus Richard Nixon. It's the same thing among black men overall. Again, part of a similar trend, but here actually the drop-off isn't as dramatic, right? Barack Obama won him by 85, then you see 71 with Clinton, 69, Biden, basically the same thing, holding steady. But here, again, very, very weak, only a 54-point margin. Now, again, still winning them by a large margin, but considerably lower than what we're used to, certainly considerably lower what we had during the Obama years. The bottom line is Kamala Harris with younger black men and then black men overall putting in historically weak performance for a Democratic
candidate. Is she getting any relief with black women?
All right. So, we're talking about the trend line, right? And black women, look, she's doing better with black women than she is doing among black men. But here, there isn't a trend line almost until we get to Kamala Harris. So again, this is
Here we go. Here we go, family. Here we go. Watch it. Listen carefully.
Better with black women than she is doing among black men. But here, there isn't a trend line almost until we get to Kamala Harris. So again, this is a black margin among black women. Look, Obama won it by 93, very large margin. Clinton won it by 93, a very large margin. Biden did a little bit worse at 85. But then you look here, and you get a 71-point margin. Now, again, these are large margins, but the bottom line is when you're talking about the base of the Democratic Party, you would think that Kamala Harris would do very well among black women based upon history. And of course, she would be the first black woman president, but she's actually doing the worst for a Democratic candidate among black women since 1960, if this holds true.
And again, when you look at the numbers here, whenever you come
base of the Democratic Party, you would think that Kamala Harris would do very well among black women based upon history. And of course, she would be the first black woman president, but she's actually doing the worst for a Democratic candidate among black women since 1960, if this actually doing the worst for a Democratic candidate among black women since 1960, if this holds true.
And again, when you look at the numbers here, whenever you come in, looking at the
checkmate. Who run it? Who run it? Who run it, y'all? Look at that right there. You cannot run. You cannot hide. That's what they're not talking about, y'all. They're not talking about that right there. Look at that. the Black American women and the Black American men as the Black American family are not voting for her. Our sisters are putting in work, y'all. Yes, indeed. And you got to give a special shout out to the sisters, because the sisters been the ones that they were trying to put Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla, and they was trying to talk about twerk your way and bounce your way, all these things, and they've been using our sisters. Remember, y'all, as soon as they started putting Kamala Harris in the lead to run, or they got rid of Joe Biden in that whole coup, first thing they did was they put our sisters on the forefront, and they were already making those memes, y'all. Y'all remember they was making those memes of like the black woman like this, and they was talking about some, oh, we got to save election again. Remember that? They already had it all laid out. They were going to go down the same game plan. Let me tell you, these people were going to do the same thing that they always do. If y'all didn't stop them, they'd be doing the same thing. They were about to black girl magic us again until certified Black American woman said, nope. They were about to win with black women with us till certified foundational Black American women said, nope. They was going to do that. Black girls got to save democracy, save the election. That's what they wanted to do until they found out they can't do it, because we as a collective have gotten rid of that. I love it, fam. It was all lined up for them to try to play that game, and that game just can't be played because you're dealing with different people now. You're dealing with different people from a different time with a different set of energy that there's nothing you can possibly do about it. So you can make up whatever you want to make up. You can come up with any type of lie or fabrication that you can. Foundational Black American women are not going for the games, family. It's a new time. I'm telling you right now, when the foundational Black American woman ain't rocking with the Democratic Party, straight up. See, what you've done is the certified sisters have stripped away all their energy from the shields. Same thing the brothers did. We stripped it away from all the coons. So now we winning right now because we are moving collectively, y'all. Yes, indeed. Check this out, though, y'all. Speaking of moving collectively, one of the things, and I'm going to say this the best, they've been trying to say, think about it if you really want to go there, y'all. Barack Obama said that he's a black man, right? Black American men ran him out the paint. Kamala Harris says she's a black woman. Black American women ran her out the paint. So in essence, family, if this is an anti-black war, and this is anti-foundational Black American hatred that they have, our brothers and sisters did a damn good job together. Our sisters got rid of all the cosplaying women, and our brothers got rid of all the cosplaying men. That's what you call a family affair right there, y'all. And that's the way we moving. Look at this, though. Kamala seems to have another scandal on the table. Kamala has scandal after scandal after scandal. It was the grandma scandal, FEMA. Every time she talks, there's something worse. Did y'all see this plagiarism scandal? Y'all remember, right here on the Black Alpha Network, we've been exposing the fact that she's been plagiarizing Dr. Martin Luther King speeches. She was going into Dr. Martin Luther King articles and stealing them. The famous quote that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said when he was in Alabama, and he said he was marching, and somebody asked a little Black American girl, what do you want? And she said freedom, like a little girl. Kamala Harris told the same story, only removed Dr. Martin Luther King and put her mother in the place. I'm not lying. Y'all seen it. We showed it. She took Martin Luther King out of his own story, and she put her mother in the story. Punjabi Luther King. That's what she did. Now, there's more plagiarism that she's being called out on. We, again, because we're excellent, we've been putting everything on the forefront. Family, the reparations conversation, the immigration conversation, we've been leading everything. You know, on Black Alpha Network, people tell me I'm always extra positive. I say, you goddamn right, because we black. That's why. You damn right. What Tupac say? You black. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Just keep on grinding. That's what we are on, family. We on that type of energy. We're on that type of time. We're moving through that type of process. So if you look at us right now, we've been calling out Kamala from day one and everybody else catching it. Candace Owens did not come up with the whole grandma thing. That started right here in the new black media, in the black grassroots. It was Black Americans who called out her grandma, and then Candace Owens got a hold of it. It was us who started calling her she wasn't black, then Donald Trump got a hold of it. It ain't no right wing. When Janet Jackson says it, it's because we are of the same lineage as Janet Jackson. She's one of us. Don't take what Janet said and give it to Donald Trump or Ann Coulter or Candace Owens. No. So we've been calling out her plagiarizing. And I want y'all to notice this right here. She plagiarized not only from a book. This woman plagiarized, y'all, from Wikipedia. No lie, y'all. This was her book, all right? Smart on Crime. I wasn't a prosecutor. I didn't do anything bad to nobody. Okay, look at this right here. They have pulled out exactly what she's been plagiarizing. On the left hand, you see Kamala Harris. She wrote, the Midtown Community Court was established as a collaboration between New York State United Court System and the Center of Court Innovation. Wikipedia said the Midtown Community Court was established as a collaboration between the New York State Unified Court System and the Center of the Court Innovation. Then Kamala Harris says the court works in partnership with local residents. Wikipedia says the court works in partnership with local residents. Kamala Harris says businesses, social services, agencies to organize community. Then Wikipedia says services to work with local residents, businesses, and communities. Kamala Harris goes down. She says, what was innovative about Midtown Court was that it required low-level offenders to pay back the neighborhood. Wikipedia says low-level offenders paid back the neighborhood. Kamala Harris says you had a whole bunch of different things, including drug treatment, mental health, counseling, and job training. Wikipedia says mental health, counseling, job training. Looks like Kamala has been out here being exactly what everybody called her, a chameleon. So not only does she go around and she speaks as if she's got a different accent everywhere she goes, she's also been out here plagiarizing Wikipedia. I mean, damn, Wikipedia, really? You're really doing that with Wikipedia. Of all the damn places, that's where you decide to do it. And a lot of people have been calling it out, and this came to her forefront. Watch this right here, y'all. Look at this. Not only has she been doing that, people been calling her out on the highest levels. Look right here. Check this out. J.D. Vance, he actually spoke on it. Look at this right here, y'all. Even further proof.
I saw today actually a story that Kamala Harris apparently copied some significant chunks of her book from Wikipedia. So if you want a president with their own ideas, vote for Donald Trump. If you want a president who copies her own ideas from Wikipedia, vote for Kamala Harris.
Do you think you have a shot?
I saw today actually a story that Kamala Harris apparently copied some significant chunks of her book from Wikipedia. So if you want a president with their own ideas, vote for Donald Trump. If you want a president who copies her own ideas from Wikipedia, vote for Kamala Harris.
Damn, wait a minute now. I thought that it was all good in the hood. I thought that you didn't do this. Family, she needs to go to jail. Hey, lock yourself up. Plagiarism right there. Lock yourself up because it ain't going good at all for you out here in these streets, especially when you're cosplaying foundational Black Americans, especially when you out here doing that. And it gets worse, family. There are way more. So not only are, her actions completely opposite. She got a different accent everywhere she goes. Not only is she running around here cosplaying Black American culture, which we called out. The collard greens are in the bathtub. Everybody knows what she's doing. It's clear as day. It's all the way out there. It's getting to the point where she can no longer run from reality. Once reality comes calling, then you have to deal with the facts that we are no longer rocking with you at all. So you can't run to all of these different media outlets. You can't run to all these different organizations because the same exact people that you're running to are the same exact people that we calling out as well. The thing is, y'all, she thinks that she's going to go run to people that we done already ran out the paint. We're running out all those people that she thinks are on her side. So where are you really going to go from there when the people that you think are going to give you some type of safe haven are the same exact people that we done G-checked a long damn time ago? You ain't got nowhere to go, so you better deal with what we've all been saying, and that is reality. Speaking of reality, she went on the damn Shade Room, y'all. Let's go there. When you talk about the damn Shade Room, she literally went on there and she did an interview. That's the Shade Room in Roland Martin. This is what you think makes you somebody that's special. This is what makes you think that you're going to get the Black vote by going on this right here.
Is to give people first-time home buyers a $25,000 down payment assistance, because what you and I know.
Freeze. Not a representative of Black American men. And family, is she not giving the same exact speech? We played pretty much the whole first interview with Charlemagne. Don't it sound just like this?
Is a lot of folks want to be a homeowner, but they don't come from money. They don't come from some families that can necessarily give them or pass on a home or give them the equity out of their home to help them with the down payment. $25,000 down payment assistance just helps people get their foot in the door to then save up to cover a mortgage. $6,000 child tax credit. I'm expanding the child tax credit to $6,000 for young families so that in the first year of their child's life, they have the resources they need to buy a crib, a car seat, clothes, knowing that.
Family, that is verbatim what we played earlier. That is literally the same speech. Family, she gave the same speech in 3 different interviews. It's literally all identical. We went there and we went to talk about just different things. I was even making fun of the whole baby crib thing. I thought she only did the baby crib thing when it came to Roland Martin. She went over here to the shade room and did the damn baby crib.
All parents have a natural desire to parent their children well, but not all parents have the resources to be able to do that. Opportunity is to give people first. We capped the cost of prescription medication at $2,000 a year.
Same thing she said on the other interview.
Insulin. So part of the reason that I am out here talking with folks, listening to folks, is to make sure that I am communicating and letting them know about.
Same exact thing again.
And you're saying Black men aren't as, quote, excited or fired up for you. How do you respond to that?
Well, that's not my experience.
Okay.
One, that's not my experience. 2, election day.
Yeah, it is.
It has not arrived yet.
Okay.
And the third point that is probably the most important point is this. You know, when journalists ask me this question, I often will say to them that let's be clear that your underlying premise is not an assumption that I'm supposed to have Black men in my back pocket in terms of their vote, and that I should be taking that for granted, because I don't. Black men are no different from anybody else. They expect that you have to earn their vote.
Oh, no, remember, no. You ain't gonna do nothing specifically for Black folks. No, remember that. Now it's something different, family. Look how she's sitting here right now talking all nice. You got to listen to Black folks. You got to care. You got to actually pay attention to them. I thought it was, I'm not gonna do nothing for Black folks. See, now, family, we telling these folks you thought it was sweet. Now the ball's in our court, y'all. Now the ball's in our court, and we can look at all the people that disrespected us, and we can literally wag our finger back at them. How about that? How about now, family? It ain't no fun when the you-know-what got the you-know-what. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. It ain't no damn fun. Now we got it on our side. Now we tell them what to do. Nope, you can keep all that. Too little, too late. You had your opportunity. You can go to this zesty guy over here, and you can tell this zest man that you're going to look out for Black men. You had your chance to look out for Black men. You decided that you didn't want to do it. So now we decide that we're not going to vote for you. It's that easy and that simple. Look at the different energy shift, y'all.
And that's why I'm out here doing the work that I'm doing about talking with folks, listening with folks, because I'm running for president of the United States.
Nah, Nope. I'm out here talking to folks, listening to folks. Y'all know now they're trying to hit us with the Kamala's out here listening to us, right? That's what it is, because we've been telling everybody that the Democrats do not listen to us. Democrats could give a damn what we're talking about. That's what I told that Democratic shield when I was talking to him. Look at that energy you just seen right there, right? You seen that energy right there? Remember this right here? Y'all remember this? Look at that look. Is that the same look, family? Is that the same look? Is that the same person? Whoa. Just a minute ago, it was, I love you guys, and you're so sweet, and I wish I was one of you guys. I wish I didn't have to wash my collard greens in the bathtub. I really do. But before, it was this right here.
Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No.
Okay, and if that's the case, then I'm going to say we ain't voting for you at all, specifically, never. No. Where you see a Democratic shield, you see a tether, y'all. Yes, the hell you do. Look at this right here, y'all. This is who she went to so she can have her little interview with, the Shade Room. Yep, the Shade Room is owned by Angelica Nadadu, who is not a Black American. Nope. And we all know the Shade Room talks reckless about foundational Black Americans. So not only did Barack Obama have all the folks behind him with them hairlines doing the Rockaway, then you got this right here, family. You see the same exact thing. She ran to the Shade Room and was talking to who? That real zesty brother, right? Now she's right here on the Shade Room, and this is the guy, or this is the person that owns the Shade Room. Yep, look at that right there. This is who you talking about. Look at all the negative content that you see about Black Americans that come from the Shade Room. Look at that. Look at them flags. There you go. So when you see her and she goes and starts talking to the Shade Room, then you already know what it's going to be. You already know how it's going to turn out. She ran to Tethers because she knew she couldn't talk to us. You're not talking to Black American men. You're not talking to Black American women until you talk to the grassroots. All these interviews with these Tethers, all these interviews with these Shields, Charlemagne, Roland Martin, none of that means anything. And all that's going to do is make you look even worse. And that's why she looks even worse, y'all, because she thought that she was going to run to these people and really get some votes. This lets you know, family, they are willing to do anything to try to get a come up. They're willing to do anything to try to get some type of dividend, some type of pay. But it ain't going to happen because you ain't talking to us, the real. You ain't talking to the real brothers and sisters. And that shows you right then and there, family, it's a damn wrap. She goes to the Shade Room. Nobody's. Tethers. Barack Obama had Tethers with him. Then they go to Charlemagne. You already know. And by the way, Charlemagne, how them charges you had against you, how those doing real quick? Because, you know, Charlemagne, he got him some Me Too stuff as well. Yeah, checkmate. Charlemagne, one of them guys, when he get around us, he try to act tough. And then when he get around him, he's Democratic shielding. You're a Democratic shield, Charlemagne. Accept it. And then they go around this guy right here, y'all. And watch this right here. If this wasn't as bad as it gets, it don't get no worse than this. Roland Martin is out here auditioning to go stay on this plantation, and it ain't working out too well.
I keep hearing Biden-Harris administration didn't get George Floyd Justice Act passed through. But what you have, though, is a very aggressive civil rights division that, and I've covered all the stories, the number of former police officers they've actually sent to prison, corrections officers, jailers. And I haven't heard
some of the highest numbers in recent history, and certainly compare those numbers to Trump administration, and you see a stark difference.
Yeah, he had one Plagiarism investigation.
She was rude to Roland. She was cutting Roland off. She was checking him. He was making jokes. She didn't think it was funny. She didn't even look like she wanted to be there because she didn't.
12 under this DOJ.
Exactly right.
Will you continue having that aggressive of a DOJ civil rights division? Because the work that's being done, I mean, it doesn't get a lot of attention and doesn't get talked about a lot. But it actually being done. I mean, it doesn't get a lot of attention.
Look how she
of
mugging
the
him,
DOJ
y'all.
civil rights division because the work that's being done. I mean,
look how she mugging Roland. Roland, she living sitting there thinking, man, why am I even here? I'm only here because they told me to come here. She does not want to be with Roland. That whole interview, family, was cringe. It was absolutely cringe. She did not want to be there with Roland Martin at all. It was terrible. Nobody gave a damn about it. It didn't move any needles. And she kept cutting Roland off, talking around Roland, and Roland didn't know what to do.
it doesn't get a lot of attention and doesn't get talked about a lot, but it's actually happening, the work that Kristen Clark and others are doing.
They're doing extraordinary work, and that is the work that would continue in a Harris administration. Let me tell you something. And again, because Roland, I have to keep stressing not only the importance of every point, but the contrast between me and Donald Trump. Under Donald Trump as president, those cases were not happening with any vigor or commitment. And not only that, he took resources out of the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice. We put resources into the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice so they could do the job they're supposed to do. And that absolutely would continue under me and my leadership. And it's about looking at what people have done or what they say. Again, you know the record of Donald Trump on these issues. You know the record of where he is on things like stop and frisk, right? And what the Project 2025 talks about. So there is a real contrast here on criminal justice, as there is on almost every issue that we have discussed.
FBI director said white domestic terrorism was America's greatest threat. How do you get folks who are not black to understand that hate crimes are still real? These things are actually happening in the country.
Freeze. Remember, y'all, Roland Martin is the one who told us that we don't need an anti-black American hate crime law and we need to quit asking for it. He was mocking us. Now he's sitting there trying to clean it up. This is what we say about him auditioning for the plantation. He's sitting there trying to talk about, well, hate crimes are a real thing. Don't talk like that now, Roland, because you was telling all of us, oh, it don't even matter. What y'all need a hate crime bill. Remember, y'all, when we said we wanted an anti-black American hate crime protection, Roland Martin said we already had one. When we talked about that other bill that went to that other community, Roland Martin said that it wasn't really a bill for them. How can she run around here right now and try to tell black Americans that she is doing a specific agenda for us when they said they can't do nothing specific for anyone? If you can't do something specific, don't tell us now it is. It's funny, whenever it comes down to actual tangibles, then we calling them out, then they want to backtrack.
Country. And they have to be dealt with and addressed. Because when you talk about that, folks go, oh, no, these things are not happening. But the reality is they are, and African Americans still are number one when it comes to hate crimes.
It don't matter. You said we can't get a hate crime protection. You said that we cannot get a hate crime protection, Roland. Don't run around here now and talk like, oh, no, we're going to get y'all a hate crime law. How can we get this hate crime law? Nope, that ain't how it works, bro. You said there's no such thing as a hate crime. It can't be done specifically. You see how they tap dancing now because we got him against the ropes. He's afraid because we done called him bluff. This is what happens right here when you start calling them bluff now. They're walking back all that specific stuff because we challenged them and we defeated them with that lie.
Being reported against us.
Well, I know that because I published the hate crimes report.
Then I say she real rude. She's like, yeah, and I know that. Boy, she was checking him the whole time.
Because I published the hate crimes report every year when I was Attorney General of California. And it is, to your point, about talking about it and making people clear that we have actually seen a spike in hate crimes across the board. And it does not.
Hate crimes across the board. Notice that she didn't say hate crimes that we had to deal with. Notice she didn't say hate crimes for us. See, family, this is what we're talking about. Soon as you start talking about specifics for us, she immediately went back into everybody. Now, I thought it was a black man agenda. I thought this was for black men. It ain't black men out of nowhere, family, because she went back to, no. We seen hate crimes across the board. Hate crimes against everybody. I thought you was on a black man agenda. It's funny how black man turns into everybody whenever the black men want specifics.
Help when you have somebody who is a former president and running to be president again, who is constantly fanning the flames of hate and division in our country. Constantly.
So now she's back to blaming hate crimes on Donald Trump. Family, look at the way they bounced around the hate crimes conversation. Look at the way they bounced around hate crimes affecting foundational black Americans. She didn't even answer it. She didn't even answer it, fam. She went somewhere else with it. She went to a whole different area now that we talking about hate crimes affecting black Americans, y'all. This shows you clear as day that she ain't out there on no real time for us. She's out there completely playing the game, completely bouncing around it. That is what it is. So, in essence, this whole black man agenda from Kamala Harris is absolutely trash, completely. Anytime they start talking about specifics to us, she goes into some all lives matter. In the meantime, it's everybody. When you start talking about supremacy, then all of a sudden she don't go there. You have an agenda for black men, but you don't ever mention race soldiers. You don't ever mention supremacy or racism. No, you got a whole different thing coming. Now, speaking of that, I want y'all to see this. Roland been out here trying to talk tough to people, right? Y'all seen what happened to Roland when he was out there in Chicago. It didn't go out too good for him, right? Roland's out there patty caking, trying to play the game, trying to act like he's down with us, trying to act like he's one of ours, right? Let me tell y'all some stuff that's been going on with Roland. He been out here talking real reckless out here in these streets. He been out here acting like everything is sweet. I'm going to show you somebody that gave Roland Martin that work, and I'm going to show you somebody that gave Kamala Harris that work. Now, me, I'm going to keep it simple, y'all. I don't care about neither one of these sides. But I tell you what I will do. I will instigate all damn day. Remember, fam, when you see two ops, all that, the enemy is the friend of my friend. No. You see two ops, family, you play them against each other. That's the way you handle it. Y'all know that lady Michaela Montgomery that Donald Trump was running around here? Did y'all see when she got into it with Roland? Roland got G-checked by her serious. So Roland talk all that tough talk, right? When he came across her, he got G-checked. I'm going to show y'all. Check this out right here. Roland got G-checked down the street and up the corner. Look at this right here, y'all. First off, this is her for those who aren't familiar. This is her talking about Kamala Harris and downtown Willie Brown. Watch this right here. Then we're going to show y'all she had a run-in with Roland Martin. And all that tough guy talk, all that I don't give a damn what y'all say. He went back to that same bowing down.
That have been said, but I want you guys to pay attention to what has been done. They don't want to talk policy. They just want to use propaganda to steal your vote. The left is trying to tout this woman as a savior for the black community, but all she's done is hurt the black community since she came into the game. See, the first step in destroying the black community is to dismantle the black family. So aside from her record as a prosecutor, why don't we ask Mrs. Willie Brown if Kamala Harris cares about black families? I wonder if Mrs. Willie Brown, a black woman, is also with her. A few days ago, President Trump said he didn't know Vice President Harris was a black woman. I'm trying to figure out what all the outrage is about because she's only black when it's time to get elected. Did I lie? The same black people who are mad at Trump for being confused about her race, ethnicity, nationality, whatever, are seemingly forgetting that while you're touting her as a savior for black people, she identifies as an Asian woman. She chose her side and it wasn't ours. When asked if she would ever do anything specifically for black people, she said no.
Wait a minute. If she would do anything specifically for black American people, she said no, but she just came out with an agenda for black American men. Remember, she said she wouldn't do anything specifically, and then just 2 days ago, she came out with a specific plan. So in reality, they were lying to us the whole time. In reality, they're forced to have to pretend that they want to do something specific. You know it's a cold day, y'all, when they say we can't do nothing specific, and then when they say, okay, we can, they still are giving you all lives matter. That shows you again, y'all, they've been lying the whole time, and we've been riding the whole time, and that's why they're flip-flopping all over the place. Proceed.
Whereas Trump gave us the Platinum Plan, which specifically uplifted the black community by increasing capital by almost $500 billion, creating 500,000 new black businesses, and would give black churches the ability to fight for federal resources for their communities.
Okay, everybody's running around right now. They're saying, well, what about Donald Trump? What plan did he have? Well, I remember the Platinum Plan that they had already. But I'll tell you what, I'll take closed borders too. But you know what's crazy, family, is that she ended up having a run-in with Roland Martin. Yeah, she did. And Roland Martin and her got into it. Yeah, they did. Check this out right here, y'all. Roland was not talking the same way that he was talking in Chicago when he ran into Jamal Green. He was talking absolutely different, y'all. I'm going to show y'all. Check this out. This is how Roland Martin was talking to Jamal, but I want y'all to see how he tried to flip when he started talking to this lady. It goes to show you the type of individual that Roland Martin is. It's somebody that, you know, he knows when he want to get buck with folks, but it ain't ever with no man. It don't matter where, who, how. He's going to completely flip-flop when it's convenient. Let me show y'all this right here. This was Roland Martin when he bumped into this lady, and this is how their exchange went down. Watch this right here. Here we go. Checkmate. Check this out, y'all. Watch the way he talking to her, family. Listen to all the little energy he got. that he ain't got with no man.
It's all right. I will reach out to your producer. I will reach out to your producer.
And no. We're gonna bring that down so y'all can hear that nice and good. There they go. Checkmate.
It's all right. I will reach out to your producer. I will reach out to your producer. We can do another round. But it's clear that you bullshit about it. I'm tell you right now, Michaela. You bring that bullshit to my show. All you're saying is bullshit, and I promise I won't end up for you. But it's all good. I would hate for you to be exposed on your own platform, but I will be ready for you. I will be ready for you, and I hope you have more national examples and more results. I want to hear more about what you're doing in regards to complaining about what somebody else is doing. So don't.
He just said, "Girl, bye." He said, "Girl, bye." That's what Roland said. A grown man saying "girl, bye" to a girl. If you don't get the hell out of here.
Michaela, I'm gonna tell you right now, Michaela. If you bring that bullshit to my show, all you're saying is bullshit, and I promise it won't end well for you. But it's all good. I would hate for you to be exposed on your own platform, but I will be ready for you. I will be ready for you, and I hope you have more national examples and more results. I want to hear more about what you're doing in regards to complaining about what somebody else is doing. So don't girl bye if you can't get results. Results matter. You have none. But thank you, Roland Marie. Thank you, Roland Marie. Take your bullshit to everywhere else. I walked up to you, did I not?
Was he talking to J-Mall like that, family? Was he talking to them folks in Chicago like that? Girl, bye, take your BS somewhere. I wish you come on my show with that. Was he talking like that to them folks in Chicago?
I not walk up to you and introduce myself? All right, sir.
But you're loud and wrong.
You know you're loud.
So you're loud and
You have
wrong.
a following of people who love you, so that's
I'm not worried about them.
You are.
You're just loud and wrong.
I don't have to lie. That's you. And you get paid to do that. That's all. But like I said, we'll talk. I have other stuff to do. We'll talk.
There you go, but it ain't done, family. She actually ended up going on the show. She ended up going on the show, y'all. Yes, she did. And watch her check Roland Martin. All that girl bye, all that I'm going to tell you what it is, all that you can't come on my show with that, all that Simple Simon stuff he be talking, she actually pulled up on Roland. She pulled up on Roland and then went on Roland's show. Watch this. You know, you on some zesty time. First off, when you got dashiki, I don't know if that's a dashiki or a comforter, but whatever. When you talking like that and then she pulls up on your show, Roland, newsflash, ain't nobody scared of you, okay? You ain't checking nobody. Nobody wakes up and says, damn, I'm scared of Roland. Damn, I don't want none of that Roland smoke. Folks is pulling up on Roland saying, what's good? Let's get to it. And you don't talk all that Simple Simon stuff in person. Watch her completely destroy him on his own broadcast. Checkmate.
First and foremost, let's take Ohio for example. Perfect example. Okay, when you had significant black turnout in 2008, 2012, Republicans in Ohio changed the law to only require one early voting location in every county. Meaning, if you're in Cuyahoga County,
so what did you guys
excuse me, hold on, excuse me.
What was the petition?
Excuse me,
okay,
excuse me. I'm gonna finish the point. Okay, because you clearly don't know the point. In Cuyahoga County, where Cleveland is, that means excuse me. I know. If you listen, there's some 800,000 people in one county. They said, we're gonna get rid of all those early voting locations. You can only go to one location. I'm not done. Now, North Carolina, Republicans did the exact same thing. A federal court ruled that there was a laser-like targeting of black voters by Republicans in North Carolina. The Republicans in North Carolina literally said in emails, when are black people voting? 70% of black people voted in North Carolina early. You know what they did? They said, we're going to strip all of the early voting locations. Why did they do that? Because in 2008, Senator Barack Obama won North Carolina, 14,000. I'm not done. About 14,100 votes. After he won North Carolina, Republicans in North Carolina completely rolled back all voting because they said, we are not going to allow that to happen again. That's in North Carolina. Texas, where I'm from, exact same thing. Florida, Georgia, Arkansas, South Carolina. We can go on and on and on. So now, hold on one second. Hold on, 1 second.
Why are you not
First of all,
she is talking over him. He's getting out-talked. Where that tough guy stuff, bro? She's serving you. What?
First of all, hold on. I'm going to answer your question. I'm going to answer your question.
I will wait. First and foremost, that's what
here we go. Saying the Republicans are bad at doing anything, but if you're not actively joining the fight to combat what you think is bad, then what are you actually doing?
Hey, look at his hand. Michaela. Can I talk, Michaela? Michaela, let me say something, please. Please, Michaela, let me talk. Nah, bro. Where that Simple Simon energy at?
First and foremost, that's what
here we go. Saying the Republicans are bad at doing anything, but if you're not actively joining the fight to combat what you think is bad, then what are you actually doing?
You can keep running your mouth if you listen.
I'm ready for you to give me results, sir.
Damn.
So we're not in an election season. That's all I'm saying was past 3 years ago. What have Black Democrats in that area done to combat something that happened 3 years ago? I will wait.
First and foremost, that's what
Complaining about it isn't doing anything. Saying the Republicans are bad isn't doing anything. But if you're not actively joining the fight to combat what you think is bad, then what are you actually doing, Roland Martin?
What are you actually doing, Roland Martin? Look at that picture right there, y'all. Look at that picture. Look how he's looking and look how she's looking. You can see the difference right then and there. You can tell it. And he knows damn well he ain't got that same energy like he thought he was going to have. Man, you out here getting checked by Republican women. Come on, family. Come on. That's not a good look, bro. That's not a good look at all. And it shows you right now the energy that you thought you had, you ain't got it.
Your mouth. If you listen,
because
you don't have.
If you listen, you know why ain't nobody listening? Because don't nobody rock with you. That's why. That's why ain't nobody listening, homie. And speaking of that, you know it would not be an episode of the Black Alpha Network if we didn't expose something else with Roland Martin. Roland Martin has also been running around here, y'all, scamming folks for money. I don't know if y'all all follow me or not on Twitter. If you don't, follow me, Black Alpha Net W1. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Y'all remember before we exposed Roland Martin for trying to tell people, he was actually on air, y'all, saying he'll take donations. He will take donations and he'll say your name live on the air if you give a donation, y'all. Oh, by the way, hold on, Y'all need to see this before we go there. Check this out right here, y'all. Damn, we got 1.3 thousand people in here, man. It's a beautiful time for the Black Alpha Network. Y'all make sure you subscribe to the Black Alpha Network. Let's go there. Jason Black the other night, y'all, he had Jill Stein on his show. Great interview. All eyes are on us. Our brother Tariq Nasheed had almost 100,000 people in his chat. Beautiful thing. Right here on the Black Alpha Network, we bubbling. We've been on for 3.5 hours. We got 1.3 thousand people, almost 1.4 on a Tuesday, family. Beautiful. We are cooking right now at the Black Alpha Network. My brother Jason Black, my brother Tariq Nasheed, the whole new Black media. We are bubbling all because of us, every single one of you guys. And I mean that. If you're new right now, make sure you subscribe to the Black Alpha Network. Hit the subscribe button, 2 seconds. Hit it right now. Much love, one love to everybody. But we ain't done. We got more receipts, family. It's a beautiful time to be in the Black Grassroots family. Shows you that we winning. Look at this, though. We was talking about downtown Willie Brown. Didn't I say everything we say comes true? Donald Trump was having a damn speech. While he's having a speech about Kamala Harris being the DA in San Francisco, somebody in the crowd yelled out Willie Brown. Who they get that from? They got it from us. The same way they got the legal immigration from us, the same way they get reparations from us, the same way they get foundational from us, and the same way they know Kamala Harris's grandma is not Black, all from us. Watch this.
When she was the DA of San Francisco, the things she did, she started that whole decline. With our victory, he says Willie Brown. Who said that? Who's the guy? What? Stand up. This can only happen in California.
Does Donald Trump know about Willie Brown? Does everybody know about downtown Willie Brown? You can't run from your past, Kamala. And let's be real, y'all. Who are the people who made it popular to call out her in downtown Willie Brown? It wasn't the conservatives.
It was the DA of San Francisco, the things she did, she started that whole decline. With our victory, he says Willie Brown.
Damn, they laughing at you, Kamala. They laughing at you. So are we. So, family, outside of downtown Willie Brown and Kamala Harris, outside of the Shade Room, outside of Charlemagne, outside of all of these people, you know she was desperate when she had to go run to Roland Martin, okay? You want to talk about somebody who has no significance in the Black community. You want to talk about somebody who no one cares about. Family, Roland Martin is a guy who just about 2 months ago had some cheeks that popped up on his iPad. Everybody was laughing at that. He got exposed for that. He got ran up on Chicago. Family, it's been terrible for Roland Martin these last 6 months. This whole year has been terrible for Roland Martin. Right here on the Black Alpha Network, we exposed that Roland Martin filed for bankruptcy. Yes, we did. Right here on the Black Alpha Network, we exposed Roy Hoyner, okay, snatched his old lady, okay. Roland was making Facebook posts for 6, 7, 8 years, which were 12 years after his woman left him for his zaddy. Then he had the whole iPad scandal. Then we exposed that he's on his show, and on his show, y'all, he's literally out there trying to get people to send donations to him because he feels if he gets some type of donations, then he can stay on air. I told everybody the old black media is going out of business. We told everybody that the Democratic shields are going out of business. They about to be in that COON unemployment line and it go down the block and around the corner. He was begging for money, talking about, man, you know, they don't give us no money. They don't give us no type of finances. Nobody's helping us out. That's what he was saying when it came to calling up all these people, and they were making the excuses. Remember, y'all, just a few months ago, they were complaining, saying how nobody's sending money to the black media. Because you know why? Kamala Harris was on some, I'm not spending no money with y'all. I'm not giving y'all no time. That's what Kamala Harris was on. Let's be real in the field, y'all. Kamala Harris said, I don't give a damn about none of you Democratic shields. All y'all gonna do anyway is do what we tell y'all to do, so it doesn't really matter. So if you remember, Roland Martin and a lot of these people were running around here mad because the Democrats weren't giving them any money. They were complaining and they were upset. Let's show everybody. Watch this. Roland right here, y'all, is complaining, saying that they weren't giving him any money and they weren't spending no type of time on black media.
The reality is these PACs have more money on hand right now than the campaign of Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, these PACs, their job is to support the efforts of the vice presidents. So why aren't they also being asked the question, where's your black-owned media spend? So the reality is these PACs have more money on hand right now than the campaign of Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, these PACs, their job is to support the efforts of the vice presidents. So why aren't they also being asked the question, where's your black-owned media spend? So the reality is these PACs.
I'm going to tell you why.
So many times in this show, I've talked about this idea that for African Americans politically, we're sharecroppers. In that
he says that we are sharecroppers. Now let one of us say that, and he gonna get mad. He gonna say, "No, the Democrats is your plantation. They own you. How dare you say that? This is the guy who told us to shut up and vote." So now he's talking about we're sharecroppers. No. Because you've been running around here telling us to vote blue no matter who for the longest. What it is that you ain't getting no money. What it is that they not spending no dollars on you. What it is that you going broke right now, filing for every single bankruptcy that you can. And you're upset because the old black media has been replaced with the new black media. The old Democrats are completely out the paint, and now the grassroots is in control. Isn't it funny, y'all, when they don't get what they want, they start to complain? Watch him complain about how they're not getting no more money.
In terms of who gets the resources of these campaigns, unfortunately, you largely have white organizations, white companies that are getting the contracts when it comes to media, when it comes to direct mail, when it comes to political consultants, we're frozen out. Well, folks at Notice dropped a story the other day, and they were talking about they interviewed a lot of people dealing with the campaign of Vice President Kamala Harris. This was their headline: Black operatives are furious over how Kamala Harris' campaign is spending money. Minority-owned firms are frustrated. The campaign is relying on white-owned firms for spending, and they're worried that could ultimately hurt the campaign. So many times in this show, I've talked about.
So you're upset that they're not spending money with you. Let me tell you something. He tries to say, oh, these are super PACs that are related to Kamala Harris. Family, let me tell y'all what it really is, okay? I'm going to tell y'all what it really is, all right? What it really is, Kamala Harris tells those super PACs where to spend the money. Don't get it twisted. If a super PAC raises a few $1 million for Kamala Harris, they talking to Kamala and they saying, Kamala, where does money go? They're talking to the Democratic headquarters and saying, where does money go? Roland knows that ain't just some super PAC that's not giving him money. That's Kamala saying, hell no. They calling up Kamala. Hey, man, Roland Martin's been calling us, and Roland Martin's been saying that he wants some of the money. And Kamala saying, hell no, don't spend no money with him. Nah, because he'll do it for free. You ain't getting no money from the Democratic establishment because you tap dance for free, Roland. You're not getting no money from the Democratic headquarters because you buck dance for free, Roland. Why would they spend $1 on you when you've proven you'll do anything for some crumbs, for a biscuit? So if that's the case, and that's all you're willing to do, now you're watching them pockets get empty because the Democratic shields ain't getting them phone calls. The Democratic establishment ain't hitting your line up no more, and your money's starting to spin. That's why he's on his show, and he's begging for donations, and he's telling people, if you give me money, I'll give you a shout out. I exposed that 6 months ago. Do you know, just a few days ago, Roland done came up with a whole scheme about Cash App. Roland right now is on his show telling everybody that Cash App is limiting his account, so he had to go make 3, 4, 5 other Cash App accounts. Yeah, what it really is that your one Cash App account ain't getting no money in it. Your other VMOs and your Western Union, this man using Western Union like this 1996. Nobody's rocking with you no more. You ain't getting no phone calls and no dollars, so he's coming up with schemes to get more money. Don't believe me? Check this out right here, y'all. Roland Martin literally is caught in a lie. And you know Black Alpha Network, we love exposing them with receipts. Look at this right here, y'all. Roland is literally down all the way bad. I told y'all he's auditioning for Kamala Harris's plantation, and it ain't going too good. It's hard out here for a shield when you ain't got butter biscuits and you can't pay your bills. Watch this right here, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all work on them too.
And it's frankly is really pissing me off. So Cash App, for some insane ass reason, decided to change their procedures, and so they now cap the number of transactions you can receive in a day, in a week, and in the month.
Look at that right there, y'all. You can simply look it up with a simple search. Through a verification process, verified users can have their receiving limit increased to unlimited amount. That's it easily. Ain't none of this stuff about you getting capped and I can't get the money and they done beep, came back and took this. No. We call cap.
And it's frankly is really pissing me off. So Cash App, for some insane ass reason, decided to change their procedures, and so they now cap the number of transactions you can receive in a day, in a week, and in the month.
They put a cap on it, right? Doesn't look like it right there, y'all. Look what's being circled. Unlimited amount for verified users.
I have been texting them. I have been emailing them saying,
stop. Family, did he just say he's texting Cash App? Family, have any of y'all ever text Cash App? Have you ever shot Cash App a text and then they text you back? And notice the whole time, y'all, don't you know when someone's being disingenuous? He like, look how many times he says, look how many times he looks down. Where's all that energy that you just had for Michaela? Remember when Michaela is, girl, bye, come up on my show. You're loud and wrong. Simple Simon, how come you not talking with so much strength and power that you have when you talk to us? We know you're lying because your body language shows you're lying. We know you're capping because your body language shows you're capping. You're faking the front, you're flogging, bruh. There ain't no cap on the type of donations you can receive. It's clear as day when you look at it and you study it. It tells you, oh man, verified, you get unlimited account. Everybody else is working just fine. Is it only Roland? Is he the only one who has to do this? And then, be honest with you, if you was getting to the money, you wouldn't even have to beg for this right here. So the very fact that you begging lets me know that you lying. He's looking down while he's saying it. And have you ever seen someone look so uncertain when they talking? The man don't know what to say because he's fronting, y'all. Watch him go on and on and on. Count how many times he says, count how many times he looks down, and count how many times he does not look at the camera.
I have been texting them. I have been emailing them saying, what the hell are y'all doing? How do you not tell anybody? And what's the point of actually doing this?
Really though? Nah. Omar F don't even believe you.
We're trying to get them to raise it. And so I said to them, I said, it was happening last week. We saw it last week. And then I said, listen, y'all let me know about Monday. So here's what we're going to do. Y'all use something else other than Cash App. I'm telling y'all what Cash App.
Hey, now he started looking now. Look, there they go. Oh, by the way, family, that right there is your thumbnail picture. You already know. Look, family, he was looking away. He had no eye contact. We not sure yet. And as soon as he starts saying, y'all can send me money somewhere else, then you notice that he flip-flopped there, didn't he? Uh-huh. Then he looks at the camera. So the only time you looked at the camera is when you were asking for some money? You didn't look at the camera any other time, but you looked up with them eyes bucking. Soon as you said, but I'll take a couple dollars though. Nah, bro, it don't work that way. Proceed.
I'm telling y'all what Cash App is doing, okay? So here's what we had to do. We had to create additional, and I didn't want to do this. I did not want to create additional Cash App accounts because then folks are like, well, I don't know which one is real, which one works or whatever. So this is a backup Cash App right here, which is $ Uncle Roro Martin. That's what that right there. So come on, go ahead and show it. So that's a backup Cash App. We have a third backup Cash App. And so we're trying to get them to change this.
A third backup Cash App? Who in the world got a third backup Cash App? Just say it. You ain't getting no donations. Just say it. Ain't nobody sending you no money. Just say it. You can't pay the bills because you are an unemployed Democratic shill, Roland.
Stupid ass policy because it's just dumb. It's just dumb. This is the backup Cash App. Here are the other forms that we accept electronically. PayPal, okay, R Martin Unfiltered. That's me, paypal.me/R Martin Unfiltered. Venmo is /RM Unfiltered. Zelle, Roland at RolandSMartin.com, Roland at RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. And so we are putting pressure on Cash App. I'm about to post this.
No, you ain't. Checkmate, checkmate, checkmate. It's hard out here for a shill when you ain't got the money to pay your bills and your last butter biscuits getting spilled. Don't be mad at Black Alpha because I'm only being real. All right, y'all. It's been a hell of an episode today, y'all. Y'all know how we do on the Black Alpha Network. We get together and we roast. And I'm going to tell y'all, I have to mute myself because I'm over here laughing because I'm sitting here literally reading the comments right here and I'm reading them on my phone. And y'all are funny as ever. Ain't nobody messing with y'all, boy. Y'all cool. I'm going to tell you right now, you better stay out of this chat if you don't want to get roasted. If you want to get roasted, I'm talking about embarrassed. I'm talking about go home. Y'all gonna say something that's gonna have a Democratic shield looking in the mirror 20 years later at themselves like, damn, do I really look that way? Damn, they said there's my hairline, and they gonna be getting all types of stuff. Y'all the reason why Akon had to fly and go get him that FBA implant, y'all. It's because of y'all. Y'all cold, but y'all funny as hell. And I love y'all with a passion. Yes, I do. All right, y'all. It's been another good one, man. Black Alpha Network, you guys. Damn, y'all still going in on that, man. Damn, y'all. Damn, it don't stop. See what happens? Come on over here to the FBA side, y'all. Come on over here to certified. You're going to learn something. You're going to get your issue. That part. We don't play, family. We only regulate every day, all day. So Kamala Harris plan trash. Ain't real. Kamala Harris, the Democratic plantation, over. Certified foundational Black American women, not vote for her. Checkmate. Certified foundational Black American men, not vote for her. Checkmate. The exodus off of the plantation is happening. This is real time, and we are all living this beautiful reality. And we have all been, like I always say on the Black Alpha Network, we are the chosen. We are the chosen few. We are the chosen generation that is here to change the world. And remember, when I say generation, it doesn't matter how old you are. It matters about how on code you are. So I don't care if you 1940s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, okay? As long as you have FBA in you, you a winner. That part, that part, that part. So we are leaving the Democratic plantation. We are putting in that work, and every single receipt that we showed, from the poll numbers to my brothers and sisters out there in the street, and there's plenty more to come. And you know I'm going to provide it right here on the Black Alpha Network every single week, every single day, because we are just that exceptional, you guys. Let's continue to work, family. Watch those poll numbers, fam. Next week when we get on, we'll be about 15 days away, 14. And then when we get on, we'll be a week away. But you know that Black Alpha and my whole certified Black Society chat, I'm going to cover it all the time. And by the way, y'all, remember, the election's on Tuesday. Black Alpha come on Tuesday. So we are going to be here, and we're going to live stream through the whole election. Even if we got to take a break, if I got to get the popcorn, I'm going to bring all my brothers that y'all know. I'm going to bring up everybody. We're going to have a live chat. We are literally going to have a foundational Black American couch party, and we're going to sit here and we're going to watch the numbers roll in, and we're going to watch history be made. But remember, you guys, don't let nobody tell you different. This ain't about the Democrats. This ain't about the Republicans. It's about us. The future will be written, but it will be written in foundational Black American handwriting, because our fingerprints are everywhere. And if you notice, from our numbers that we do and everybody else, all eyes are on FBA. So let's continue to put on a show. Love you guys with a passion. Keep the PSAs coming. You guys check out for the community tab. I'm going to put up a big thing to have everybody send them in. Keep them in. We're going to try to get that done in the next 2 weeks. I want to have it done as we get like maybe a few weeks out from the election. So we're on time. We're going to go good, family. I'm going to put up something in the community tab. Make sure that you guys follow me on Twitter. Make sure you follow me on Instagram for any updates. But just keep the videos coming in. You guys want to make it happen. But in the meantime, you guys, I want you to stay safe. I want you guys to stay safe because I love y'all. Every last one of y'all. There's nothing better. Nobody stronger. Nobody more beautiful than us, family. And that's why we're winning. And that's why they're losing. Y'all stay good. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay vigilant. Y'all make sure that whatever you do and wherever you go, you send a certified salute to yours, man. And I'm going to send it right back to y'all. And we're going to hold it down the FBA way, certified way. Black Alpha Network. Let's go. Always remember that Black is beautiful and beautiful is always Black. Free Huey. Let's go. I want the whole damn world to hear this. And that is that foundational Black Americans. We didn't just build America. We created America. We're made in America. That's right. We're born in America and raised in America. We're from America, so we love America, and they not like us, because we run America. Certified.